you dismissed or have you come up with any reason why what they said was wrong? Like Larry Scott and what he did with his measurement, what did he do wrong?
Yeah, the same Larry Scott that just shot a half-mile building, the concrete slab, and said that slab was following the earth curve. That's who you want to trust? Go right ahead, sir.
Why is it wrong?
Go right ahead. You think a concrete slab is following the earth curve? That's not how they do it.
No,
they don't worry about what's underneath. They make the slab horizontal, whether the land is curving underneath or not. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
What did he measure? What did he measure?
He used an auto level or whatever he was using over a half a mile, which is optically wrong. You can't do it. You get dropped like that. You get or rise like that.
You get dropped. Is that possible?
Or
that drop
plus or minus.
Is that possible that the drop that you're measuring is real drop?
Of the slab?
Yeah. Is that possible that what you're measuring is real drop?
Sure, the slab could be sloped, but he didn't say it was sloped. He said it was earth curve, sir.
Right.
It was an earth curve.
Well, he's done it over water. He's done it over miles.
Yeah, and he's using the same way, doing a one-shot system over a half mile or 6 miles.
Different way.
Can't do it. No.
He did it a different way. He measured over 250 miles and showed that there was an 8-mile sagitta.
Right. 250 miles with what? An optic? Yeah, good luck with that, sir.
No.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't use an optic.
What did he use?
He used GPS. Measured 3 points, remember?
Yeah, and you can have all the surveyors come on and ask him if GPS is accurate. Go right ahead.
You'd have to know a surveyor. Mike doesn't know any.
We talked to one of the guys this morning, right? Dev was talking to him. What's his name? The main surveyor. You know how long he recommends you use one of those? 100
GPS?
Feet. No, he won't use a GPS because he says it's not accurate. And to use a theodolite, you do it over 100 foot. Now I said 300.
What is the accuracy of a GPS? Is not. You're not going to be doing like. You're not going to be doing half-inch measurements. You're going to be doing this is 8-mile measurements.
You seem to know. Are you a surveyor, sir?
No, are you?
Oh, okay. So you're just going by what you've heard.
No, are you?
Yeah, I've used you.
Have you used it? Are you a surveyor?
I am not a certified surveyor,
cool.
but I do survey.
He surveyed, Moyak. He has surveyed.
I surveyed this morning.
Yeah, he surveyed.
At 4:30 a.m. Yeah.
Have you surveyed, Moyak, ever?
I've used GPS.
But you've surveyed before.
You've used a GPS surveying equipment?
No, I've used GPS.
Yeah, GPS. That's not surveying, sir.
Well, you haven't
it's measuring distances.
That's positioning.
Moyak, the question is, have you surveyed
you can measure distances with it.
Yeah, Moyak hasn't surveyed. Rakia has.
Would you listen to the main surveyor when he says that the theodolites and anything like that would only be good? He would use them over 100 foot to get the best accurate measurement?
To get the best accurate. But does the accuracy go up or down with great distance from a mountaintop?
Plus or minus. It's plus or minus.
He did do it from the mountaintop, and he used
it. The main surveyor did?
Moyak.
No, that was our
just a quick thing.
Yeah.
Moyak, a quick thing. One thing that the main surveyor did say was that to be even more accurate, they do it over 30 feet.
No, 30. No, not 30 feet.
No, he said during that debate, if they want to be more accurate, they do it within 30 feet.
No,
but 100 feet is the standard.
No, 30, what's the other measurement that they use? Which equals about 100 foot.
It's 30 meters.
You misheard.
It's actually
30 meters.
30. It's actually 34 meters. No.
Yeah,
he said
that's what he said.
He more accurate.
No, he said 30 meters or 100 foot. You need to go back and listen to it.
No, but did you hear what I fucking said?
You need to go back and listen to it.
No, he said they go shorter distances.
30 meters.
The point stands regardless of who's right, guys. You guys can move on.
I know, Davros is always poisoning the well here. Every time.
The point is you would never
chemo.
There's also different types of accuracy that you're dealing with. There's elevation versus distance, and I'm not sure what's a more accurate way to do a 200-mile shot. Which is more quiet, little boy, be quiet. Little boy, be quiet.
You've never done it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you sound like a child. Little boy.
Okay. Yes, little boy.
No, grown man.
Hold
You
on.
better straighten
you're a
your
little
act.
boy.
Calling you a
You're a
little
little
You
boy.
sound like a little boy.
Okay, that's
How's
fine.
this any better? How's this any more interesting than the topic that I presented? You
Because
which
we're
one was
pointing
yours,
out
please?
deception and that someone doesn't know what they're talking about and is still spouting
How
off
do we
about it.
point out deception with the
Calling a
presidential
grown
debate?
man a little boy.
You're a little boy.
Who said that? Whoever the
No,
fuck
I'm not a
said
little
that.
boy.
Yeah,
Come on,
Mike,
bro.
stop
Whoever
provoking
you
it.
call
Never
a
would
little
I
boy
let
Keep
in
it
this
sensible.
room,
Never would I let you call me that face
he's
to
the
face.
fucking mic
Never.
check.
Your ass all over the place. Shut up.
Yeah, whatever.
Mic check on the little boy Pete caller. Come on.
Look,
Mike,
all
you're the
we're doing is
biggest
calling
child
each other
here.
names. Let's talk about the flat Earth, cordially.
Yeah.
Talk about my shit cordially. Okay?
Let's talk about the main surveyor saying you need to do about 100 foot to be accurate, and
What
that
kind of accuracy?
Larry Scott used it over a half a mile and said the slab, the concrete portion, which he wasn't even really measuring a straight edge. He was measuring where the siding part met the concrete, was following the earth curve and fell 2 inches over that half a mile, and y'all ate it up. No one disagreed with him.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I would actually request that we actually change whoever the hell just called someone a little boy, we change their name to Dr. Little Boy.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, that is
How
stupid
does
to
that
call a grown
contribute to
man
the
a little boy.
conversation at all?
It is. That's not the
How is that an answer to my
consensus of
question?
how
It
we
is.
talk
That
in
doesn't
this
even
room.
make sense.
What sense does it make for 30 or 40
Not
grown
listening.
men to sit around listening to an expert tell you he shot a horizontal over a half a mile and got a 2-inch drop on a slab, a concrete slab, and called it earth curve, and no one said anything? It wouldn't be earth curve anyway.
And then on top of that, have someone call you a little boy?
Yeah,
Well, because he's a little boy.
yeah, right. So
Not
let's
just
talk
little
about
boy.
the earth curve. The person you trust, Larry Scott,
we talk about
telling
this
you
every
that was
day,
earth
Rafi.
curve.
Oh, the
Yeah.
professional
Talk about this every
surveyor.
day.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's a
Talk about
professional surveyor telling you that slab that he measured over a half mile over one shot gave a 2-inch drop, and he called that earth curve, and y'all trusted him. Let's talk about that.
No.
Yes.
Right.
Someone else. We talk about this every day.
There was
So you
more
don't want
sense.
to talk about that.
There was more sense in the presidential debate argument.
Yeah, I haven't heard a conversation about the presidential debate. I cannot believe that you guys aren't talking about it, to be honest.
Yeah, because
politics suck.
It's not that
But
important.
we tried to go into the flat Earth chemo, and you
That's
took us
just,
down into curvature. What I
just-
said was
yeah.
go all over the world and
Oh yeah, let's get
confirm
back to that,
things.
sheeple. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So the Earth curve is just one of the problems you have to face. And this is the point that really annoys me about flat Earth in general now, because the curvature is one thing. The normal measurements is recorded and it's refined all the time. New age technology, all the rest of it. But that's just one of the problems you have to explain. You can't explain the
No.
sunset.
Where were you? You said, show me the flat Earth stuff, evidence, and I said
Exactly. And let me clarify, so I don't have to go in, and you can take the point that I'm trying to make. It's not about just the curvature. It's not about a single point. It's about a simultaneous, cohesive explanation and replacement of the current consensus for everything that happens. Not just one thing, not just the Northern Hemisphere, not just in America, not just anywhere, everywhere at once, simultaneously, including the stars, the celestial objects, the sun, the moon, everything. Everything has to work. It's not just one little thing you pinpoint and then focus on that forever. Okay?
Yeah, but
you can't make the black swan argument because it's just one ocean across one thing from one observer height. You've got to do it everywhere.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, before they completed the model, they went and checked. They went in boats as far as they could. They travelled over land as far as they could, and they mapped it all out as much as they could. Now, if we're to do the same in this generation, we would need the freedom of movement, sheeple. We don't have it.
Yeah,
You
have
can go
more
anywhere
freedom
you
of
like.
movement than you've ever had in your existence as a human.
Exactly.
No, I'd
You
say
could go-
around 500 years ago, you had absolute freedom of movement.
Okay,
Like,
Kimmo, you could go everywhere enough to work it out. That's my point. The only thing that stops you is time and money and maybe this pandemic right now.
And your ability to swim to
Right.
America.
The pandemic is probably the biggest problem right now.
Yeah, exactly. And then removing the pandemic, let's say it was last year, the biggest thing would have stopped you is
how would
money.
how would the pandemic? You just take a boat, you go off to the wall. What's the pandemic have to do with it?
I'm just saying, right now, you know, trying
What?
to, because remember I said to go all countries that you can visit. Remember I said that point in the beginning? You know, I'm very clear when I speak. You know, when I speak about this, because it's
you'd start from the middle.
well in my mind the problem with your approach.
So you'd start from the middle and work your way out.
Not start from anywhere. It doesn't have to be one place. But basically, you can make all your observations from the northern hemisphere locations. I won't say northern hemisphere directly, but the locations that are depicted on the globe model. Now, what you see there at the time you see them has to work with what I see here. So far, you can't explain the seasons, the sun, the moon, the stars, the eclipses, and you know, basic general observations across long distances from high elevation points, like mountains. All of these things go against you, and you want to focus on little things like close distances and horizon measurements. It's not accepted by any consensus globe model to replace. It's not acceptable to just say this without explaining that, and to have problems in your theory that you don't want to fix shows that you're not honest.
So, Sheeple, what we're looking for, I mean, this is a call, right, for an uprising. So, obviously, when we're speaking to our fellow man, we obviously want you to join the cause, right? So, the more people that are on side, then we can give you what you want. So, imagine here now, everyone here was on the same page and pushing in the same direction, okay? We could get your questions answered
That's like
quicker.
saying, if we get more people looking for these leprechauns, we'll find them. We'll find
Hey,
them.
guys. Now, on a more serious note, Kim,
well, hold on. Who said that? Hold on.
Kimo, do you mind if I have a quick conversation? Just 1 second.
I want to answer that actually. But go on.
Kimo, I have a quick conversation with you. Is that okay?
But who just said that about unicorns, though?
It was about leprechauns, actually. But
leprechauns.
You're so far off. It's hilarious.
Yeah, leprechauns, unicorns.
No, it's funny though. It's like if we get more people, if I get 30 more people,
Kimo, can we?
For sure.
No, but if we're told, for example, there are unicorns, leprechauns over the wall, and all we need is a force to get over there to find out whether it is or it isn't. The only way we're going to know is if we go. If we sit around here not exploring, not having an adventure, then we're not going to know anything. We're just going to accept what we've been told. And we'll never know if there are unicorns and leprechauns over there, will we? We've heard about them, we've heard the myths, we've heard the legends, but we don't know, do we? You're stuck in your house, we're stuck here, you know, we can't go anywhere.
You're projecting, sublimating. I'm not in my house.
Or wherever you are, your home, your
miles
place.
Away from my house, downtown.
Wherever you are, your home, your country, your place. Wherever you are, the point is that you've heard things about the world, and you can't even investigate it. That's the point. Yeah. You can't go and check and say, you guys are wrong.
The actual point is, when you don't have any way to find a thing because it doesn't exist.
How do you know? We're not allowed to check, dude.
Oh, no, we already did check. That's
we already did. Oh, which way did you... All right, which way... fine, okay, which way did you go? Fine, what was your path? Which way did you go? Which way did you check? Which way did you go? What was your path?
Right in that hole that you only presented us with one little hole to look in, since you won't present.
You said we know. What's the path you took?
We'll be able to look into your other holes, but we can't look in your other holes because you haven't presented a model yet.
Yeah, I don't want to look in his hole.
We're looking in a leprechaun cave. A leprechaun cave equates to one of your models, so there's not very many leprechaun caves to even search because you're not even presenting us with any facts of a model.
So that's my point. This is my point.
So work on that for a minute, and we'll find your leprechaun. How about that?
But this is my point. You're accepting what you were told, so we don't know what's beyond and out there. We can't go anywhere to verify it.
No, I'm expecting you to present some evidence to the contrary so that we can actually start to begin this argument. Because unfortunately, Flat Earth argument hasn't even started to begin yet.
It's not an argument. You're presenting something that goes against what we see.
Real, yeah, your argument hasn't even started yet.
Your entire model goes against everything we know.
You guys haven't even brought your plates to the table.
That's my biggest issue too.
Ready to eat. There's nothing you can do right now.
You nailed it in 1 gram. That's
Oh,
exactly my
that's
point.
Well, look, again, you've got this model that goes against what we observe. So what we're looking for is an uprising from everybody to come together and to move forward for the same cause, which is to find out where we live. Not that difficult.
I like when I'm talking about this kind of shit and then people watch me as I'm walking by them. They're like, what a fucking lunatic. Is he talking about flat earth?
Uprising, that's right, Rocket. And, you know, most of you guys are preventing, you know, this kind of exploration. That's what's happening.
Okay.
To figure out your model, you should start with figuring out the surface area of what you're living on.
How would you figure out the surface area that you're living on?
Do the math.
Excuse me if I'm a bit animated. I'm almost halfway through my cup of coffee here.
And what was the conclusion when you did the math? Exactly.
What, the surface area?
Yeah.
What was the number?
What was it?
Roughly 198 million square miles.
Wow. Big number.
Oh my god, I can't even visualize that.
That is a big number, yeah.
Right? Damn, fuck, big number. So let's go back to your last state of proof, which is that black swan showing what? 10, 12 square miles, if that?
No, I mean, we simply don't know. That could be miles upon miles upon miles. We simply don't know, do we?
Well, I gave you a measurement the other day, 114 miles. You didn't. You told me weather blocked the mountain by 2,000 meters.
Weather, I mean,
So,
it could be.
That's 140 miles out of 198 million.
Yes, why did you do that?
I'm gonna post the video again. Also, while you're at it, Kimo, can you explain this beautiful image while I find the video?
Sheeple, you're just trying to get a different answer from the same piece of stone.
That video, that image there is there's
alchemy.
There's a video of that where the peak of the mountain is peeking through the clouds. So that shadow is from above, not below.
No, that's the shadow of the mountain being projected into the sky.
Yeah, that's from above,
Kimo,
not
why
below.
they call it the peak of a mountain, by the way? Because it peaks over the horizon when you get closer to it.
Yeah, but that mountain, the top of it is obscured by the clouds.
Why does it do that, though? Why do they call it a mountain
Okay,
peak?
look at that second image there. That's you could definitely come on.
Definitely what?
Yeah.
You can see the peak ain't going through the clouds.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is a beautiful image. Damn.
Yeah, that would be coming from above. Yeah, there's an entire video on this. Explaining the guy goes to the top of the mountain and shows you. We've got multiple angles. Remember, that's what real research is, right? Not just look at one shot. Base your entire world view off this one image. And all you have to do is go up there and see what's going on.
Why weren't you telling Nate and Oakley that during the Isle of Man session?
And try to say your black swan with the one image to disprove it all.
No,
These retards don't know. These retards don't know nothing about the world they live in.
Oh.
I reached the end of the world this morning. If y'all want to see a picture of it, I can send you. But I did reach the end of the world. It had a sign. The authorities put up a sign and everything. Let me put it in chat. But it was the end of the world.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but Kimo,
South America?
How come you spent so many months quoting that the black swan was the be all and end all, the one photo that would kill the globe?
Oh, there's another one there. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. If you
the black swan is
can't do it.
all the black swan does is shows that the geometry is no longer
not a black swan,
valid.
Dude. It's a blank swan.
No, it doesn't.
All
It's not a black swan.
Earth isn't a perfect
Black swan, man.
Conditions.
Modus tollens.
Yeah,
So
we
the
expect to see that
job,
under
the job,
extreme
what you
conditions
guys
in our
have,
atmosphere.
what you have to do now as a ball earther is figure out what is obscuring objects from bottom up. What's the obstruction?
No, they need to concede. Kimo, they need to concede. That's what they need to do.
Well, when they give an answer of what is covering the bottom of the sun, covering the bottom of a boat, the mountain, they've got to show if that is physical or if it's just apparent.
Chemo, you're just being semantic now.
How's that semantic?
Yeah, he's right though. You guys have to.
If you say that's Earth,
you made claims.
If you say that's Earth, then you're going to have to demonstrate that's physical Earth from the observer to that horizon, which is impossible, Davros. You see?
Hey, Chemo, do you have a photo of the flat Earth, mate?
Yeah, I do actually. I've got a photo you can look at. I've got a few. Do you want? These images are absolutely impossible on a ball. So they're geometrically impossible. Here you go. There's my first image, right? This is absolutely categorically impossible.
This should be fun. This should be fun because
wait. Chemo.
I'm pretty sure that.
Hang on. Wait.
Brummy pisses
I asked for the whole
crazy.
flat Earth.
Sorry?
I asked for the whole flat Earth.
No, look, we've got
the whole flat Earth.
We've got a picture
Brummy,
that proves that it's the Earth's flat.
Of a basketball from up close and show you.
Okay, so you can't show me a whole picture of the flat Earth.
Ergo, flat
Okay,
ball.
over talking will not do because we can't even understand.
It's the same thing. If you take a little piece of something,
who am I over talking?
Was I talking to you specifically? I was just saying.
As you can see, this image is probably about, I don't know, how far do you reckon this image is? Someone give me an estimate of what they had to think the distance is from the observer to the mountain.
How are we going to do this then?
Hey, Brummy.
Let's say it's about a mile, so it should be like 60.
You should coordinate.
We're not going to go about this and about that. If you didn't measure it, take the picture and shove it up your butt.
All right, cool. No problem.
Brummy, I think you should coordinate with chemo before you make these.
Roll it up, and then push it right.
Impossible. It's an absolutely direct mirror of the sky.
You and Brummy, you and chemo are a team.
Yeah, cool. I know. We're team.
Brummy, if that mirror was curved by, let's say, 1 degree every 69 miles, how much do you think it would affect that image?
So what you're saying is it's there, but you can't see. Is that what you're saying?
That is a good
the curve
question,
is there, but you can't see the curve.
Chemo, do you agree, Chemo, that you and Brummy are a team?
Absolutely.
Because I can show you where a mirror that's curved extremely compared to the curvature of the Earth will still produce a fine image. Take a 36-inch mirror, put it on your table, put a grain of rice in the middle, and let the mirror touch on either side of that grain of rice, and you'll see it still produces about the same image. You won't be able to tell the difference.
No, you won't be able to tell the difference if you lived on a globe or not.
But that's curving hundreds of times greater than the Earth curve.
Hold on,
and the mirror still produces a exact
You can't tell you cannot tell you're on a globe. You can't.
But I'm just saying you said it was impossible, and I say that you can reproduce this on your table with a mirror.
That's a direct
reflection
of a mirror.
Put a piece of rice under it and measure, and look at the image in the background.
Look at that image; it's perfectly parallel, perfectly measured, exactly equal.
Yeah, guys, may I just say, dude, you guys make a great team.
You cannot, right, prove that you live on a blow-up ball. It's simple as that. You have faith in a ball.
We don't live on a blow-up ball. You're right. We live on a nice planet. With,
you believe that. You believe you came from a Big Bang. You believe that it all collapsed on itself.
Big Bang.
Hold on.
Big Bang
believe in nonsense.
Yeah, Big Bang has really very little to do with why the planet's round.
No, it's got very much to do with it because it goes to show the level of stuff that you're willing to believe. It shows that you're willing to believe anything. If you're willing to believe you came from a singularity, you're willing to believe anything. You're that gullible.
Before the Big Bang theory, we had what's called the static universe theory, and the static universe theory basically said that the universe was eternal. That was one of the things that was postulated at that time. So I can just say, well, actually, no, I'm just an eternal universe person. So what?
What are you on about? What are you talking about?
That's just
before the Big Bang, we had what was called the eternal universe theory, which was the static universe theory. And the static universe theory said,
it's still an idea about it.
Yeah. You're just chatting absolute wing waffle.
Yeah, it is a bit of a gobbledygook dress. Yeah.
Bird's eye potato waffle. Bird's eye potato waffle. Fluffy and delicious. Absolutely waffle, mate. Waffle.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it snowing
I'm
anywhere?
referring to your expertise on the waffle
Brummy,
side there.
You're like a football fucking cheerleader.
So-
Be quiet for a minute.
Yeah. So the problem you've got is, you know, we've had a number of different models to the universe. Yeah, the current one is the Big Bang. We may revise it again if we find out more information and we go, "Oh, that was
It's
wrong."
happening as we speak.
It is wrong. We found out more information. Matter cannot create itself, and you're saying it was an unknown before the Big Bang, and then it all fucking had chemical reactions, which led into big. No one's talking to you at the moment. I'm halfway through my sentence. Basically, all this matter created itself. All had different reactions, different sorts of molecules created different sorts of hydrogen, fucking this, that, and the other, and then it all created like galaxies and then fucking cosmic explosions and like just listen to yourselves. It all created itself.
Hey,
it all created itself. No. From a singularity to what we have today, it all created itself. It all created itself. That's what you believe.
Brummy, please understand, Brummy.
Even in their model, they
Today
don't
you're part of
they say it already existed.
You're a team with chemo today.
It already existed. So when it was in a singularity, all this existed. Then all these planets and stars existed.
It's not even believable.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we did not.
Bits of stuff.
There's no I in
things
team.
before we had
just
atoms.
stuff. You're chatting absolute
Yeah,
waffle.
so that's what the postulation is the fact that it's the subatomic particles that
subatomic
existed.
particles.
Yeah.
It elegantly comes off
it
the
wasn't
tongue.
until we actually had a feeling that we could actually form matter.
There's no I in team. There's no I in team, Brummy. And I think you need to really consult your teammates.
Chemo.
Yeah, but there is a me in team.
The joke's dead, by the way. Associate with chemo because chemo's reputation. Because chemo's reputation is tarnished. You're trying to go, oh look, they're both idiots now. By association. It's such a great joke, and I do get it. You're not going. He's not whistling past it. I'm just choosing to ignore you because I'm smarter than you. Right? I'm smarter.
Are you trying to say, Brummy?
What are you trying to say, Brummy? I rate chemo. Chemo's been running circles around you guys for years. Chemo's been running circles around you for years.
Justify yourself. Go.
All right. So let's go back to the point we was making. So the Big Bang, the unknown, before that singularity, none of this shit existed. So basically, since the Big Bang, it created all this shit. You think this shit created itself? Yes. Yeah.
No.
Would you like to explain to me your understanding of the Big Bang? Because from what I've saw and what I've educated myself on is this singularity expanded into this fucking into nothingness, which is just funny in itself. And then as it's expanding, like all these fucking the hot plasma and all that, all like it are all collapsed down, created on itself, and created different elements. All these different elements then create other elements, and eventually we had these other things, and then it started having fucking gravity wells. Well, what's wrong with it is that you're basically saying matter created itself into different matter, which created itself and created planets. You're saying reactions create everything.
Can you tell me again? Yes. Can you tell me again
billions
about
and billions and billions and billions of years, and it all created itself? That's what you're saying?
No, chemistry's a thing, and chemistry happens.
You right into the idea of gods again.
Hey, Brummy, soon you'll realize that.
I want to hear Foolish explain the Big Bang.
Being part of Chemo's team is actually.
I want to hear Foolish explain the Big Bang. Being part of that Big Bang team is funny.
And not
it's a joke. It's an old joke. The joke ran its course. It was funny the first time. It wasn't funny the second time, and it's hell not as funny the third time. You're dragging the joke. It's dead.
It's not even a joke.
It's dead. It's dead. Dead.
Brummy, you're squashing conversation by saying this.
So, Foolish, would you like to explain to me in detail how the Big Bang actually went? Give me the story.
We're not talking about the Big Bang. We're talking about the Earth.
No. Foolish is going to tell me how it actually is. No, Foolish is going to tell me how actually. No. Foolish is going to tell me because he told me that I was wrong. So I want to hear the right story of the Big Bang.
Moyak was in the middle of.
Regards to that, you should possibly talk to Chemo about it.
You're obfuscating, bro. It's obvious now.
No, I'm not obfuscating. I'm saying you're willing to believe anything because you're willing to believe anything. So how the fuck can you know anything? You're willing to believe you came from a fucking singularity? You think I'm not? You think the world created itself?
Some of these people are willing to believe.
Chemo will show you. Chemo will show you how to.
Isn't the discussion here? It's Earth curvature.
You think the world created itself?
Let me know when I
don't
can
even
get
know
a
what
word
that's
in,
step
because I'm
one. Never
trying
mind
not
step
to
two.
overtalk people.
Right. You don't even let me finish talking either, man. So just the Big Bang wasn't the discussion here. It was Earth curvature. And they were talking about a 1 degree per 69 mile, arc ratio. And then you start talking about Big Bang. And now you're trying to make sure everybody wants to talk about Big Bang. So you can deflect from the goddamn 1 mile per,
let me
degree
reply.
per
This will be
69
really
miles. So
quick.
go to that.
Yeah,
Get back
this
to
will
the
be really
conversation.
quick.
Go ahead.
This will be really quick, and we can put it to bed. So, do I know that the Big Bang's a fact? No, I don't. Is it a hypothesis or theory that's been put forward? Yes, it is. What's the basis of it? Is the fact that everything was a singularity, and we then had the rapid expansion. Energy and matter are interchangeable as we view it within the universe, so that's where we get our energy and matter from. As things start to cool down, you get atoms starting to coalesce. Those atoms formed into things like gas clouds, which was mainly hydrogen to begin with. From that, we have star formation. From star formation, we get fusion. From fusion, we get other elements. From the other elements, chemistry can then start to take place. And as chemistry takes place, we see more development of complex molecules within the universe. So that's the basic idea, Brahmi. Now we can move on, because I don't hold it to be a fact. So thanks for strawmanning me as well. Carry on.
Thank you.
Hey, Brahmi, before you respond,
thank you.
Just before you respond, Brahmi, keep in mind being part of Chemo's pick is not something you get invited to be, and you should actually.
Who's in your team, Branch?
I am
the people.
Branch.
I don't need a team. I do not. I am Team Branch.
You have a strong team, Branch. You have a what? Woz is always protecting you. I protect you.
No.
Protect you?
Okay. Well, I have.
Oh, look, he's blushing or something
looking
here.
for sympathy. I protect you.
Chemo, you protect me too.
Yeah, I protect you at times. Oh, you're blushing. So look, hey.
Protect your loins.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. So Branch,
your loins.
You have a good team and good support.
I would actually say you're part of my team, Chemo.
Yeah, but on when it comes to different sections of the show, yeah, we can rally together on certain points. When it comes to the globe, though, Branch, absolutely no chance. If you think the Earth is a spinning ball flying through space, all of those things that we're told, we're not on the same team. But when you point out the Kosho today, when you were like, oh wow, look, Kosho, Veach there has, he's more invested in this, so he would take this very, very serious. And whereas the rest of us, we're just doing this because we're just trying to figure out what's going on, right? And that was a very, very good point you were making it. But yeah, on team, good point there. However you want to.
So am I now part of Team Chemo?
No, you're just still Team Branch. Stay
Yeah,
there
Team Branch. I'm part of Team Branch.
No.
I joined that bandwagon there.
Chemo, whether you like it or not,
straight on it,
we can have
I am now part of Team Chemo. Chemo, I am now part of your team. Thank you very much for the invite, and I accept it.
As soon as I heard that, Branch, I jumped on your bandwagon on that team. I was like, go Branch.
We're a team now. Chemo, me and you are a team.
On that question, yeah. Because you got to imagine it, can't you? Any space, like rocket scientist, he also takes it very, 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 very extra serious. Like when Jeremy starts, Rocket will just lay into him. These guys are invested in this more than others. Can you imagine, Kosho, if Rocket Scientist was a mod? He'd be like, mute. You're all liars. You don't know what you're talking about. I work for the company. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're talking, And, that's...
If me and you
guys got a hot mic, can someone mute him?
Teamwork with Chemo. I didn't hear your explanation.
No, seriously, if me and Chemo were a team,
I didn't hear your explanation of the Big Bang.
We'll probably kill this room if me and Chemo were a team.
Yeah, let's get back to that. Bruce, you want to give Brummy how the Big Bang happened?
Because I never heard it.
Well, that's tough shit, because I'm not doing it again. I said it clearly, concisely, to the point, and you can go back and you can listen to the live feed. Ron, shut the fuck up and let someone else talk. You drunken, miserable piece of shit. Stop it.
Brummy,
All right,
You
it may
accept
be
being part of
possible
Team
that
Chemo.
Brummy's saying you said what happened after the Big Bang, not how the Big Bang happened.
We don't know. Not
You also don't know. You don't know nothing,
We go
man.
back to before plank time. We don't know.
Don't need to
Before
know.
blank time. Before you, we don't need to know.
You don't. Not for this.
Before you get
Not
too
for this.
excited, Brummy, are you part of Team Chemo or not?
We don't need to know. We can just make it up.
You belong to is Team Well.
I'm on Team Brummy.
It doesn't make any difference to what we can see.
God done it,
measure, and
bitch.
observe now.
It does,
God.
man. We're trying to keep the amount of derp down.
Well, then you're gonna have to mute Brummy.
Oh my God, you're so funny, Kurt. You're so funny. Oh my God.
You're pathetic, Brummy.
Oh my God. We
Brummy,
don't need to know.
have you
We don't
heard-
need to know that I'm pathetic. We don't
Brummy,
need
have
to
you
know.
heard Lemon?
Tell me how.
Have you
Tell
heard
me how it's
Lemon's?
relevant, Brummy.
Lemon's
We don't
accent.
need to
How's it
know.
relevant?
Hilarious.
We don't need to know.
Come on, you
We
big
don't need
mouth
to know
dumb
yet.
fuck. How's
We
it
don't
fucking
need to
relevant,
know.
you moron?
We don't need to know
You
anyway.
lying fucking cunt. How is it fucking relevant?
Being part of
We don't
Shut
need
the
to
fuck
know.
up, Branch. How's it relevant, dipshit?
We don't need to know.
Come on,
Relevant.
Come on, big fat ass motherfucker. Come on,
Branch,
Mr. Brain
Branch,
Power. Tell us how the Big Bang is relevant to the shape of the fucking Earth.
Triggered. We don't need to know, Kurt.
Incompetent.
We don't need to
Incompetent. Retarded. Moron.
Let him be part of Team Chemo, and the derp would be.
This is what you get with Team Chemo.
Chemo's a beast, yeah. He's been running around circles around you guys for a long time.
Nonsense.
He's been running circles around you for a long time. That's what
Really,
he's been
you
doing.
changed your
Yeah,
tune from when you were on the other side of the fence. That's not how you used to.
Chemo's a
describe him on those
beast.
days.
Chemo's a beast. Like he had
You
to
used
put up
say
with
that
his.
he was a liar.
I never
and he was
realized what. I
dishonest.
never realized what he was up against. It's him versus the whole room. It's been like that for years.
Brummy
And he's still here.
has
You see, Brummy?
no integrity whatsoever.
I didn't know what he was up against. Now I respect Chemo. I've got respect for him. He's a beast.
You've been in
Do
the
you know what I mean?
trenches, yeah, that's what it's been like. And people had an impression of the Boilers, and I had to try and show you guys, look, you can talk to them, and you've just got to know how to be tolerant when they throw out their stuff, because they do get very angry at times.
Yeah, the type of tolerance that would make you write something like, I'm glad the fags are burning a hell alongside the Jews.
I know, Rizzler, Chris have to be to blame for that, yeah.
Don't muddy the waters. Let's not character assassinate here. We don't need to bring all that shit into it. But you know what I would like to say is that you're basically saying the universe created itself billions of years and it all collapsed on itself. So you're willing to believe anything? If you're willing to believe that, you're willing to believe anything.
Rummy, if you're not prepared to listen to anybody else and just then repeat the same shit after people have told you many different
do listen to
things
people. I've
about
been
their
listening to you for.
point of view,
Sorry.
that's problematic, because nobody's saying that the universe created itself. What everybody says is we've got a reasonable idea according to the theory of the Big Bang up until Planck time. Before Planck time, we don't know. That is what is in the theory of the Big Bang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and then
where
in
that theory?
Let me ask you some questions, man. Let me ask you some questions, bro.
Yeah.
So whenever it expanded from.
Where in that theory does it say it created itself?
Well, basically, there was nothing, and then there was loads of things.
Where in the Big Bang Theory does it say matter created itself?
Well, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. If everything was in a single point, right, then when it expanded into nothing, as it was expanding into nothing from something, it was also creating space as it was expanding. So it was even creating space and. Sorry.
The theory is that as it expands, space is there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's creating the space. It's also creating the matter that's going to materialize within that space, and then the matter itself is going to keep having these chemical reactions.
All the matter and energy in the universe was contained within the singularity.
Right, that must have been a fucking super hot, dense hell of a point, right?
It was so fucking hot. It was so fucking hot, according to the theory, that not even atoms could form.
But yeah, everything was still in there, though.
It was basically pure energy.
So the atoms didn't exist within it, but they did exist when it expanded.
It was basically pure energy, and when the
pure
density
energy
enough, it was able to actually create matter by converting
energy
into matter.
All right, so
Matter
this
and energy.
right, all right.
Do you
This
guys
pure
think
energy
it comes from the fourth dimension or the ninth dimension?
ninth dimension. So from this pure energy point, right? This pure energy point at the single of a pinhead, expanded into this, was creating space as time went by, was creating different sorts of elements, and it just happens to be it was creating galaxies which are like spiraling, which also had, solar systems within these spiral arms of these galaxies, and these black holes and all this chaos, this water came from somewhere and fucking, moons and fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you think they all just fell into itself and just created this solar system that you believe in? Like, it all just happened to.
Argument from incredulity.
Argument for incredulity.
No, we don't need the fallacies. But the point is, bro, it took billions of years as we know it. Billions of years of change. Periods of change.
Oh, sorry.
And we know that some of these things take place because of chemistry we can do here on the ground. Like iron, for example. We know that that's what we get when it's reached its, a certain condition inside a star creates iron. So we can deduce certain things from the theory by testing it. And just saying that it's all just coming out of out of the scientific, fantasy is a lie. It's a misrepresentation of what we can actually test it on.
Theory, right? All right. The question is yes or no. Did it create itself or did it not? Was it created or was it just create itself? There's only two options. It obviously was created. If you believe it was created, no, we know it's created.
My belief,
we know it's created. We know.
My faith is, Brummy, my faith is that we live in a created universe.
It has to be created. It cannot be.
My knowledge statement is my knowledge statement is I don't know.
Yeah, but it has to be.
No, I can't say that it has to be.
It has to be. It cannot be created itself. It just would not. It would not create itself. That is not even an option. It's not even an option.
Brummy, that's a belief, and you're fine to hold.
No, it's not. It's a fact, bro. Like, you're trying to say that all this shit fell into its lap.
You let me know when I can finish a fucking sentence.
Well, let me know when I can finish my point.
So, what I was trying to say was, it's a belief because you don't know. Now, you want to say, oh, well, we, have all these beliefs and faith in what other... Yeah, we do. We stand upon the shoulders of giants. We stand upon the history of science that sits behind us, the history of development that sits behind us. Yeah, so
I know.
There's a certain amount of trust. However, what we look at is the benefit and the effect and the repeatability of shit.
I know that it cannot. Hold on, I never got to respond because I had to wait for him to finish. You cannot create itself. Period. That's not even an option. So it has to be created. That's simple. It could not have created itself.
That's a false dichotomy from me.
No, it's a false dichotomy, bro. It's a fantasy. But it's fantasy, but obviously it created itself, bro.
Child,
obviously it created itself. It all just collapsed on itself.
Right, can we go back to Kerr's point, Brummy, though? What relevance does it have to the shape of the Earth? That's really important here.
Because right, it comes down to the fundamental principle. If you think this all shit just happened and just happened to have happened, then you're willing to believe anything. If you don't understand this obviously is created, then you can't accept the fact that this is created. Then
created is one aspect, but that's science doesn't claim to know the first cause or the ultimate cause or whether this happens over and over again from a scientific level. Now the created thing is a whole other thing, but the point about curve is instead of dealing with how we came about, we're dealing with what we have as the result of what happened. So we don't need to go and connect that to the shape of the Earth. That's what Kerr was trying to bring you back to.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, when you do skip that step because you just want to, this is when I... Let me finish. When I say about the creator, right? People go, hold on. When I say about the creator, people go, well, who created the creator? And I say the same thing. I say, all I'm going to worry about is the universe that's here. I'm not going to worry about whatever universe he comes from or whatever reality the creator comes from. All I know is he created the one that I'm experiencing. So that's kind of where I have that same sort of view.
What if our universe is a product of another universe then?
Sorry?
What if this universe wasn't created, but was a product of another universe?
I just know this is a created world that we live in. Simple.
I don't know that. That's now.
I do know that. I know that it never made itself.
deal
Wait,
with.
no,
prove it?
He'll agree with you there, Foolis.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah, I
all
can prove it.
encompassing?
It's common sense,
He's
bro.
agreeing with you.
Hmm.
Well, maybe
We
it
have to
came
look
from
at the
another
definition
universe.
for the
Fine,
term
he'll
universe,
agree
right?
with
Because
that.
that means one.
And this wouldn't be then a created universe. That would be my point on that.
Well, it was
example.
created from the other universe.
Yeah, but
How
Brummy,
is there
the thing that I was
another
getting
Well,
It's
no,
universe
just
when the
semantics.
word
requires
universe
intent.
implies only one?
Like I said a minute ago, it doesn't matter whatever realm that creator came from. The fact is, this one's created by a creator, and that's all I need to know.
We actually get back
It
to
could
the
have been,
Brummy,
but does it matter if it was created consciously or not, bro? Like if the other universe made it conscious, like someone else made, or it just happened from the other. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. The moral of the story is that Brummy, we should go back to curvature because I don't have to go back and find out exactly what day, what second, and what formulation was used on a bowling ball in order to measure the side weight to drill holes in it. It's just not helpful.
It's what? Say it again.
You have to call it a multiverse, not a universe.
If I've got a bowling ball that I'm having drilled and I want it to be a late hook, I don't need to go back to the Brunswick factory and figure out exactly what the pour date was. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Let's just get back to the topic of curvature.
Thank you.
I think it's. Like I already said, it's about what you're willing to believe. So it definitely correlates. But if you got the connection, that's fine.
And Spurs, can you explain the missing 13 frames from the Reds video?
Yeah. But not now.
I'd like to talk about the bowling ball.
Go ahead, Rocky.
Oh, he's not rehashing that old drop video, is he? Where someone nicked about 13 frames out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Grimm, you have a hot mic.
So the bowling ball, right? At any point on that bowling ball, you can pick and choose. You could create a horizontal and measure drop, correct?
The bowling ball was an analogy to say that I don't need to know the exact beginning of the universe in order to measure its curvature.
Right. But I'm using it as a sphere, or it's a ball. So just like the Earth, or an analogous to the Earth, at any point on that ball or any point on the Earth, you should be able to measure drop from horizontal. Do you agree?
I'm not about to have a conversation with you, Racky. We've been
I
over this
thought we
many
were
times,
going
and
with curve.
we don't.
I thought we wanted to talk about curvature.
You and I do not.
Then why are you addressing me? I didn't ask you.
See, you wanted to address the bowling ball.
You just said, I don't want to talk to you, Rakia. Then mute
Rakia, stop addressing
yourself.
me. Stop being a small child.
I did not address you, sir. I said, on a bowling ball, or on Earth, you should be able to measure from any point, drop from horizontal. Does
and we do, but you don't accept it, Rakia, because you don't accept optical measurements. And we measure with GPS, and then you don't.
Name one
What do
person.
you mean?
Any point on the ocean.
Name one person that's measured drop from horizontal.
George Hutnock.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, so you're just gonna any name I name, you're just gonna say no, he hasn't.
No, he will tell you he hasn't.
Now you debate, sir.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he will.
And George Nadiak would say that you're a liar and you like to misrepresent him, which is what he says all the time.
Yeah, he might say that. So you can ask him. Ask him yourself. George, can you? No, I've never heard it. And I've asked him myself.
What's the question again?
Drop from horizontal. Can he create a horizontal line and measure drop?
Well, I'm interested in how the slab noticed the 2 inches you were talking about difference. Was it the thickness of the slab from center to edge?
I don't know. Ask Larry Scott. Ask Larry Scott. Larry Scott, the surveyor that they all trust, said that. Not me. I'm just repeating what he said.
Say when you asked him.
I'm sorry. What was that, Curve?
What
Curve.
does he say? What does he say?
Which one? Who? Larry
Don't
Scott
tell me what he
George?
didn't say. Tell me what he said.
Larry, I don't know
George.
who you're talking about. George says that you measure elevation change, and that creating a horizontal is almost impossible. I mean,
To what level of precision?
You'd have to ask him that.
To what level of precision?
Hey, I've
Just
never
like
gotten
with your
that.
bowling
I've
ball.
never gotten that answer from.
You've got
So you would have
scale
to ask
issues
him.
with a bowling ball and a straight edge. You can make a pretty straight edge to measure a bowling ball.
I agree.
When you get to the side
with
of
the
the
naked
earth,
eye, or you
you've
couldn't.
got scale issues there.
No, you don't.
You know that.
You have 8 inches over 1 mile. Should be easy. If our professional
Instrument
surveyors
scale issues, Ricky. Instrument scale issues.
I understand that.
I
Build
want to see
agree.
if you can decipher what
Build
8
a
inches
straight
is
edge
after
a
a mile.
mile long. Build a mile long straight edge.
We have them.
That's the scale I'm talking about,
They're
Ricky.
called
Did you not
canals.
get that?
He didn't.
And then you can put
No, a
a
canal is not
data
a mile
point.
long straight edge.
You can put a data point above that canal and then have a professional surveyor create a horizontal line off of that data point. Let's call it a stake.
You
And
can't
you can
be
do this
specific
yourself.
anyway.
You can do this yourself. You can hire a professional surveyor to do this and then measure the drop to the water and it will be the same. Why is that?
What are you doing here? The
You're
process.
measuring drop from horizontal.
I'm about to walk
Nah,
up to a
what
surveyor
horizontal?
right now.
What
The
horizontal?
horizontal line that the professional surveyors create.
Over what distance?
Any distance.
Well, any distance isn't going to reveal much of a curvature now, is it?
Right,
But
especially
from
over land,
any
it's got
point,
different
any
elevation.
distance has curvature in it.
Can you
thing, the
measure
difference between a
precisely
bowling
enough
ball,
to
though,
see it?
and the
And
earth.
you got atmospheric effects and all that. That's why I ask you to what level of precision. That was my very first question.
Atmospheric conditions. How would that
He
affect?
said, matter of fact, he
You
said
know
from
how
anywhere
it
on the
affects
bowling
it,
ball.
you dumb
Oh, I
fuck.
I want to
do?
measure. If you want to measure from anywhere on the bowling ball, let's start inside one of the finger holes. Show me.
Outside of the ball. If you want to be smart, yeah, you got
Well, no,
it.
you're doing the same thing. You're talking about over land,
No,
which is
no, you
basically
got.
the same thing
No,
because
I
we have
said over
elevation
water. I
differences
was talking about over water,
land.
actually.
No, you said
Yeah.
any point on the earth. That means any point, not just over water. I'm the one who clarified and said, well, over water maybe.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page here.
All right, cool.
Kia, why are all your pages blank?
And if that bowling ball had like big chunks missing out of it or big defects, like defects that were like mountains on top of it, then it would be
like
tougher. But
finger
you could
holes.
still do it, right? Yeah, like finger holes. Yeah. Yeah, of course. But you could avoid those areas, right? You could go to the best area to get that measurement, like a professional would, and then you could easily measure drop from horizontal. Do you agree?
Imagine how large those finger holes would be if that bowling ball was the size of the Earth.
That's quite the hole. That would be quite the hole.
Mediterranean Sea.
But how would we measure it? I don't know. It would be tough, right? Yeah, so I think I made my point. Thanks.
I think you made my point. Thank you.
Yeah, your point, I agree with you. Your points were valid, yeah. But your points and my points kind of come together and we all agree that we're kind of on the same page here.
No, we don't.
It should be able to be done.
Except for we can measure the drop over the ocean.
We
Obviously,
can.
We can
How's
actually
that?
see it. You can actually just see it too.
No. That's not how you measure things. Optically, you can't see curvature. You even say that, right?
That's the biggest problem.
We know we have refraction.
You reject
so we know
anything
we
that's
have an
not a
average.
physical straight edge.
No, we've never
Diffraction and
seen the
refraction,
geometric horizon. That's where the curve would start.
Not true.
Right?
Stop.
Oh, so we have seen it.
No, that's not where the curve would start. Stop saying stupid shit.
Yeah, actually, the curve would start
stop talking.
at every point. You're right. I'm agreeing with you. The curve starts at every point.
Saying stupid
But
shit.
it's just like you can't.
Well, I'm just
you and I
repeating
can't
what I've
resolve,
heard
like,
from
40
y'all's group.
microns or
So.
some shit.
Stop repeating. Understand what you're saying and take responsibility for it.
Yeah, from every point, right? If the Earth is a sphere, it would be falling away from it. That's why George does when he draws his graphs, A, B, and C. Each point, when you start from A and go to B, it's lower. C is lower, but then when you go to C, B is lower and A is lower somehow. You see how it doesn't work out?
What do you mean somehow? Are you
Well, you have to change your observing position.
Well, it would keep getting lower and lower. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
You keep getting lower and lower.
No. That was George's
Your IQ, bro.
Yeah, you're impossible. You're impossible. You don't have the gray power to deal with this. You don't have it.
You sure? Oh, wait. Let me take a
I'm
picture.
pretty sure if you don't
I'm at
understand what
Soundly's power lines.
Spurs, could you answer the question I posted you a second ago? What about the missing 13 frames from the Red's Rhetoric rocket video? Please explain.
Raki, have you finished? Raki, you're done.
Sure, they can move on. They really don't want to
Spurs?
conversate. They just want to attack you when you say something, or just you're off, the definition's off, or what?
Yeah.
Or like your mic is bad, like stupid.
Like you're wrong.
Hey, did you see my picture curve? That's Soundly's power lines.
No, I've got you blocked because you're a worthless cunt.
Don't be mad. Be
Is Spurs
happy.
going to answer my question or be scared to answer it?
Not bad.
I will answer, but I mean,
You're a waste of time,
I'm in
dude.
the middle of something, Glass.
Can I summarize real quick? Because I'm really just going to start listening. So I
I'm
love
from
how all
Rakia.
the people
Rakia's a
who
worthless
don't.
cunt who
I
likes
love
to
all the
insult
people who
absolutely
don't want
run from anything.
who don't want to talk to me and think I'm worthless and a liar and a cunt or whatever that means.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
But as I talk,
What I find
they're the
more
ones who
interesting-
address me, and they never
True.
ask any civil questions. It's weird.
I got you. You're right in a lot of cases on this one. But Curved, I thought I was your most hated, and now I'm getting jealous because you never fucking blocked me before, bro.
You got to talk about his mic more.
Rakia posts stupid shit.
You got to talk
not-
about his mic more. You see how bad his mic sounds? Just say something about that every now and then. You'll get blocked.
No, he's got a good mic. It's just that voice.
Is that what it is?
Oh my god.
No, there's no way. That's his mic, dude.
No, he was a rodeo screamer. He used to call out people's names, the rodeo.
Wouldn't be caught dead at a rodeo.
I know. I got it's opposite day for Curb. Come on, man.
What are you talking about, man? Rodeos are good fun. Had a lot of childhood memories there.
I just don't like the abuse on the animals, but I mean that's a different culture,
That's
I guess.
true. That's
Hey,
fair enough.
fella, can you tell us all about that 13 frames that's missing from that video of Red Rhetorics? Could you do that there, Spurs?
Why are there 13 frames missing? That's a good one.
I am wondering that.
Sounds like a good question to me.
Have you got elderly while waiting for his reply? Is that what happened?
What are you, crazy? What are
It's
you?
been a long time for waiting for his reply, but
Let Spurs answer.
My sugar nut.
Hurry up.
I was a young pup when I asked this question.
Well, back in my day, the Earth was round and still is.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would anybody eliminate them unless they were trying to be dishonest?
Curved.
I mean, I think you all know Flatzoid. So I gave this video to the Skype group, which Flatzoid was in. And, whatever he did with it after that is entirely up to him. But I didn't cut any frames. I just took Red's video as it was.
I didn't cut no frames.
Because Red's video was more interesting to me. Red's video was showed everything that it needed to.
Are you saying that Red cut the frames then?
No. Flatzoid is the one who cut the frames, and that's basically been
I know,
admitted
but
to
I was watching
Flatzoid.
him try to throw the ball to anyone not paying attention.
Yeah, that was tricky.
I was just pointing that out.
That was tricky, Chemo.
Now, Chemo has never actually said that Flatzoid was wrong to do that, and at one point I think Chemo actually said that it was fine for him to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that to me, he was just editing probably... I mean, I didn't really look at what the claim was, because we saw...
seconds, though?
We have Red's video, so what's the problem? Got the original.
Right.
It's not Red's video, is it?
So if we've got the original, we can match frame for frame then, right?
Yeah, but why do you need the original? Why is that important?
What? It's called the template from which we check.
But you're saying that you must have the original to verify.
Adjusted data first.
You're saying that you must have. So you're saying that to verify.
If I had the video which you claim was even if you put a title, it doesn't matter because frame for frame, the original footage should be in there in a segment. I can run side-by-side comparison, frame for frame, and if all of a sudden one frame gets out of whack, then I know at least one frame is missing. Then I can count and check. You know, these are very, very simple things. So the reason we need the original is to show that you're totally innocent. If you don't want to provide the original,
he knows that. That's what makes him so intellectually dishonest at this moment, because he fucking knows that. If the tables were turned, he'd ask for that. He'd be the one asking for that 13 seconds, right?
Exactly.
And we all know he's not stupid.
Spurs, did you cut out 100% glow proof out of that video? Are you being slick?
I didn't
Spurs, did you?
I didn't edit.
Did you edit out glow proof?
Rakia, we already know that it wasn't him who edited it out.
But more importantly, though, what's more important though is that you're saying that the original is the most important thing. Otherwise,
the original's 100% glow proof.
So, but I'm trying to understand your point of view. So, without the original, we can't verify whether Red's video was real or not. You're saying we couldn't.
Correct.
Right, that's not the point at all.
Well, I'm asking Sheeple. So, Sheeple, how do you explain then? How do you explain NASA taping over the original NASA landing? Okay.
Why are you jumping to NASA?
Because you were saying that the original is needed.
Cheating on your wife and going, well, my neighbor cheats on his wife, so.
How do you explain, Sheeple, that NASA?
I heard about someone cheating. Is that what about them?
Let's go back to Red's video.
Let's go back to Red's. Let's go back to Reds real quick.
Honest, is it not true that only one of the landings was missed?
Let's go back to Reds.
At some point?
Yeah, the
so
original.
there were still 5 other landings that.
Not the original, no.
Yeah, but there's 5 others.
We don't have any original tapes.
That's okay, we have 5 others original.
Well, show the original tapes then, Mike. Where are the original tapes?
Just tell him you don't believe in the moon landings and move on to the Earth conversation.
No, but the point is, I didn't even edit Red's video, did I? I didn't edit. Flatsoy edited it after I provided it to the community to take a look at it.
Why would he have to edit it if it's just using his footage?
I think
that's the thing about Reds. He doesn't mess around. He says to anyone who says he's faking it, he says, "I'll give you the raw footage."
No, Reds knows I didn't edit it. He just likes to tease.
You edited it. I've seen the raw footage.
No, Glass. Hang on. Chemo didn't edit it. Flatsoid edited it. That's been admitted by both Flatsoid and Chemo. Chemo's biggest problem is that he defends Flatsoid's editing.
Right, we got it.
Yeah, but what's the problem with the editing? We've got the original. If somebody wants to chop up someone else's video, what difference does it make? We've got the original.
Why? Why do we chop it up? What's the need to chop it up?
For aesthetics, for his video. If you put music to it, or speaking to it, or words to it, you chop out the bits you don't want, and you keep in the bits you do want.
Okay, so chop out the bits that don't work for your paradigm.
What paradigm? We've got Red's video, the original.
Yes, but the people watching, the minions, the good minions, they don't know that that's not chopped or edited, do they? That's the point. Deception is not often explained or announced.
With Red's,
By the way, guys, this is not the whole thing. We're trying to show you a narrative. Please enjoy.
With Red's logo splashed all over the video.
That would be a
Come
nice
on.
disclaimer for that video, though.
Yeah, exactly. Warning: may contain deception. You know, there's no.
So anyway, let's not dwell on that. So glass monster, does that satisfy? That satisfy your question?
I have a legitimate
dwell
question
on
for
that.
Sheeples, if you can answer something, I would like to talk.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much, but yeah, what's up, man?
So this morning I watched the moon set. It was a full moon or close to a full moon.
Right.
Set in my western sky.
Mm-hmm.
It set before the sun rose in my eastern sky.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So you got that? So
yeah.
At where I was standing, I'm on top of the sphere, right? The sun didn't rise yet, and the moon set. How's it reflecting light?
Duh. Double duh.
Wait.
No, it's a legitimate question.
No,
this is precisely why you're a flat earther.
Right.
You cannot visualize in 3 dimensions.
No, I can visualize it. I just want to hear the explanation.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you have no shame. You have no shame whatsoever.
Sheeple will be honest. Sheeple will be honest, and he won't call me names and all that like you are doing already.
From your point of view, when you saw the moon set and the sun hasn't rised, from your point of view, you weren't able to see what the moon would have been able to see.
That's not Sheeples, is it?
The moon was actually still off to the side.
I directly asked Sheeple a question.
Okay, he's answering you properly.
The way the angle was.
Do you want to answer or not, or do you want to pass it to someone?
I'm not. It's not about passing. I'm just not going to talk over someone who's already began. But
I asked you directly.
I'll let you answer.
Do you want to answer?
People.
Yeah.
Answer it, people.
Okay. The way I understand it, it's simply due to the distance of the sun to the Earth and the closest of the moon to the Earth. The moon has always been struck by sunlight, but it's about the angle in which we see it. Blue Marble Science did a fantastic video using a piece of paper and 2 oranges, and he showed how the phases happen on the moon. So the idea that the sun is close is where the conflict comes in, but the sunlight can always be shining on the moon and lighting up at the Earth at the same time. So I see no problem in that.
Okay, so is it a perspective issue? To me.
What's that?
To my point that I'm trying to view the sun and the moon, which I can't see either one. Is that a perspective issue?
No, it's a very large sun and a lot of distance issue.
Well, I should be able to see it, right?
No,
the sun's
being dark in your basement has no bearing on whether it's light in your backyard.
No.
It's got a different path of light to the sun, to the moon.
It's reflecting light off of an object that I just saw.
Yeah.
Right. And then both of those objects are below my feet.
So the Earth
is obstructing the light. Is the Earth obstructing the light?
No, only during an eclipse.
Okay, so that's my question. So the Earth is just obstructing the light to me from both sources of light. Correct?
Yes.
Reflection of the moon, yes.
Earth curve. Physical
yes.
blockage of Earth is blocking the moonlight's reflection from hitting my eyes and the sunlight from hitting my eyes at the same time.
Yes. Like I said with the basement.
You're completely missing that the sun is really big.
No, the questions are...
By the way, the Earth is not in line with the sun normally. That's why there's not an eclipse going on. So even though the moon has set below your horizon, it's not directly in line with the Earth. It's to the left or to the right of the Earth. So the Earth is not blocking the sun from illuminating the moon. I don't see what the problem is here.
Okay.
The problem is,
so you think it was at a slight of an angle, and at the distances they are away from the Earth, and at my vantage point, the sun is actually going to the side of the Earth and still reflecting off the moon, but I just can't see it because of the curvature of the Earth from my vantage point to the moon.
How does he not get this?
If you drew a line from the center of the sun to the center of the moon, it would not cross through you or the Earth, really. Not at what it was earlier today, I don't think. I don't think it would touch the Earth. I think it was far enough offset, but
you think?
Maybe it might have touched it, but
because what we did, what we did,
this stuff.
What we did is we pointed our compass at where the moon set, right? Because it came in, it does go at an angle when it's coming across the sky. I think it's a circuit, but at whatever rate, if that's the tilt or whatever. But right where it's set, we marked where it was, and then when the sun did finally, rise, like 30 minutes later, maybe, I would just guesstimate. We didn't time it. We took the heading there, and it was, pretty damn close. Like, I guess what I'm asking now, if it's a half a degree off, would a half a degree make a difference where the Earth wouldn't be in the way?
What was pretty damn close?
He's building this entire proposition as though the sun and the moon are circling above the head. He's actually trying to say that he can't figure out how to make it work on a globe model using flat math, and it's really stupid.
This morning I can't work it out on a sphere model, and if y'all are saying the sun is right, go ahead.
What does the azimuth of the moon set have to do with the azimuth of the sunrise from your location?
Well, I see your point, right? I'm just trying to say from my vantage point, both lights were obstructed by Earth. but somehow they'll.
Yeah, so?
Well, it just seems if one can hit the other, it should be able to. I should be able to see one or the other.
Holy fuck stains.
No, but I understand how it can happen, right? It just seemed like this morning, it seemed more not as possible as other nights. The alignment of the stars was just perfect.
What do you? You're in Louisiana, right?
Yep.
Like,
I was in Chalmette. What did that sign say? Chalmette? I just went down there. I don't normally go there. It's the end of the world.
What, Chalmette?
Chalmette. It's right by. Now I fish out of. Let me see what it's called. I haven't been to this place very much.
If you're down by Chalmette, that's over towards.
I'm sorry.
I just drew a side-on view for you. Do you need me to give you a top-down view so you can visualize this?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you can give me. I was in Delacroix, end of the world.
Delacroix, okay.
Yeah, Delacroix.
Because I'm just trying to use this program called Universe Sandbox. I'm just learning it at the moment.
Yeah, put in Delacroix.
That's a plan, and I can take any time of the and date and location and model it. And so I'm going to try and do this one to because it's a northern hemisphere location. I'll use it as a good benchmark. So I'll use today, your time, which was actually my yesterday, and your sunrise and moonset to see what was going on in that area.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, man. Well, they say this place is the end of the world. I don't think they thought things through when they made that sign, right?
No, because the end of the world is absolutely Houma, Louisiana.
And actually, it's a place in the Bahamas.
So you see that picture I posted, Rakia?
Hang on, let me get there.
You're a greatly exaggerated version of that little black line on the top of that sphere, but greatly exaggerated. Okay, the sun is below your horizon, and so is the moon. What's the problem?
So if I'm reading that right, you're saying the sun is going underneath the Earth and hitting the moon. But
From your perspective, yes. No, because the Earth is not in line. In that picture from the top down, the moon is not in line with the Earth. Otherwise, there would be an eclipse, which there isn't.
Okay,
They're
so
not in line from the top down.
Okay,
Right.
so
There's nothing blocking. There's nothing blocking the moon from being illuminated in that picture. The Earth is not in a line between the two.
Actually, in that picture, there's nothing blocking my view either, the black dot. But I see.
What do you mean?
Well, that black dot would be able to see the moon and the sun.
Okay, you understand? I had to draw that completely out of scale for you to see it. That would be like higher than the orbit of the ISS.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I said it's probably a scale thing. So the sun is much further.
Right.
You actually have the sun closer than, or just as close as the moon, and sizes aren't right and all that.
Yeah, I think a pixel would be too big, Rakia. That's the problem. A pixel wouldn't
That's kind of
even
why I
represent
said, you're using this as an illustration. I'm saying this illustration, on this illustration, I should be able to see both lights. Maybe not.
Yeah, but we're hoping that you're not going to be that pedantic.
Oh. Maybe use a little imagination.
Well, you understand that at the scale that we're talking about here, you're totally obstructed by the Earth to see that. It is smaller than a pixel on that scale.
Oh shit!
I think the horizon. I think you can't see below the horizon. So the idea that there's a horizon from that observer, negates the ability to see both. But yeah.
What's that National Geographic where they said his plane was disappeared, but then they showed land right behind it?
Yeah. Ask Blue Marble about that one. He loves it.
What was your azimuth to moon set, Rakia?
I don't know.
You measured it, but you don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was. We just the owner was doing it. He said it was about 180. Like they were almost opposite each other.
Almost, but both are below the equator right now.
Yeah,
they're going to be a little less than 180 degrees apart, azimuth-wise for you, sure.
That's why I was asking if 1 degree would make a difference. Surely it would make a huge difference with the distance they are away. So even if it's like unmeasurable for me, right, at those distances, it could still be off to the side one way or the other. I mean, I can see that, something's 93 million miles away from you, and you're trying to measure it. You're half a degree is 93 million miles. It could be missing the Earth totally. I don't know if that came out right, but I'm agreeing with you. I could be a degree off, and the sunlight could be hitting the moon from either side. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Earth is really, really small, and the sun is really, really big. The sun just appears to be small because it's so far away, correct?
The sun appears to be about a half a degree in apparent size.
Gotcha.
Near, things are big. Far, things get small.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
Big things can be further away and still be seen.
And things, as you talk as a child or as you would to a child, as they go further away from you, appear to go lower in your perspective view, right? And as you get closer to that same object, it appears to get higher.
There's a difference
between
if they're, their direction of travel and what they're traveling over. The relationship makes a difference. Your presupposition that it's just traveling further away over a flat plane, and again I say presupposition, is contradicted by the measurements of the angle of elevation, which do not comport to a difference in distance away from you over a flat surface. So you're in no position to be condescending right now.
I'm not being condescending. I was just saying.
But your lack of intelligence makes you think that you are in such a position.
Yeah, no, my lack of intelligence is one reason I'm here.
This is why
so
you
I'm
look
asking
so
questions.
bad to everyone else.
Look so bad? Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, you come off really bad. Yeah.
No, I understand that. Most people do when they're trying to ask questions and learn. They look stupid.
No,
I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy sitting in the middle of class afraid to raise my hand when I don't understand something.
Right.
I will raise my hand.
That's not the problem. Asking questions is not the problem.
So there shouldn't
It's
be a
your
problem.
attitude.
Oh yeah, my attitude is. I agree with you. So my attitude might be affected by the people around me, right?
You do all the
like
talking.
You.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
You do.
right.
You do all the talking.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll explain how you know my attitude and what it's affected by. It's affected by
your
people
attitude
like
is apparent, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, no, and it's apparently affected by you.
Your attitude is not
calling me
inside.
a dumb F and a liar and all that. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, right.
I have not said anything
agree
about
with
you
that.
that's untrue.
And your attitude as a grandparent, Curve.
So I got
That's
a
really
question.
funny,
Did we come to a conclusion on the sun can be seen and or how the moon can be seen from
I
the
think we
dark
all
side of the
agreed.
earth?
I think we all agreed upon that from the beginning. I was just asking in the light of this morning, and we got the cartoon. Of course, it's not the scale, so it's really hard.
Well, I replicated it, not quite to scale, but I did with 2 oranges and a push pin. You can have the push pin in the darky side, and it can look out, and
Is
it
he
can
being
see
condescending
the moon
when he says darky?
And on the lighty side,
the lighty.
The moon is still on the lighty side.
So is my attitude supposed to reflect how he's treating me, or if I'm just supposed to be jolly?
I mean, your attitude is childish, and so he responded that way.
Let's let Curved maybe answer that.
I'm responding to what you're projecting.
Yeah. You are
Yeah.
good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Your mi-
I mean, this is what you
your
bring.
mic
with
is
you.
your mic is definitely better.
You
I
bring
don't know
it,
what you did.
but that didn't stop you from complaining about it out of habit. Now, did it?
It was horrible earlier. I'm saying right
You're a
now it's better.
disingenuous fuck. I haven't done
Yeah.
a goddamn thing to change it.
Oh, maybe you're closer or further away or something.
Maybe you changed your fucking attitude when people said something to you.
No, it might be my earphones or something. My connection.
Maybe it's your hearing. Are you getting old, Dave?
Oh yeah, I'm 50, and my hearing is terrible. I'm deaf in one ear, my right ear. That would be your left if you're facing me.
Deaf and brain damaged.
I don't know if my brain is damaged. It probably is.
Well, you probably wouldn't realize it because of the brain damage.
No, he said you two were brain damaged. He's just a little deaf.
No, I'm deaf.
Demok, you're
for
the
sure.
dumbest motherfucker on here. You got
Yeah,
nothing
but
to
I'm
talk
smarter
about.
than you. Why is that?
What does
Isn't that
make you,
sad,
Fred?
you curved motherfucker? What does that make you, you retard that sits in the basement all day looking at fucking moldy brick walls?
Fucking idiot.
I don't eat donut soup, motherfucker, so what's your point?
Where the hell did that come from?
You eat soup sandwiches, you retard, and you eat donut soup.
The
What's your
donut
point?
maker makes donut soup. All right.
No, he makes donuts off of. He's got
amazing.
moldy donuts from his grandma's basement.
fucking
Curve never
projection.
leaves his basement. It's a circle room. He never leaves it. He walks in circles. He's a curve.
Demok, it doesn't matter what you say.
He draws
Everybody
straight
here
curves.
knows you're the dumbest motherfucker
Yeah, draw
in
us
the
a
room.
straight
and
curve, you
can't change
retard
that.
motherfucker. Draw us a
Say
straight
whatever
curve.
you want.
Draw
Say
us a
what you
straight
want.
curve. Draw us your
Everybody
curve,
knows.
straight earth. Draw us your flat
Everybody
line earth real quick, curve. Show us how smart you are, you fucking lying retard
You
reject.
keep thinking that.
You got beat up by 14-year-old paper boys, bitch. Shut up.
You just make this
Do
shit
you
up.
not have any better material,
That
really?
motherfucker looks uglier than a pair of hog nuts on a fucking monkey's dick.
Okay, I'll admit it. That one was okay.
Was it though?
That's the best thing that's come out of his mouth. Compared to everything else, that was gold.
I'm impressed. I could never say things like that. Can't put them in my dumb mind quick enough.
You can't rip off somebody's comedy and spit it out.
I couldn't repeat that if I had to right now. I thought it was pretty
You're
original.
fucking stupid, man. That's why people are talking to you. About you
Well,
being
that's
confident
obvious.
About being stupid, man.
You sound like that guy No Name.
Okay.
He smells like
great.
burnt hair,
Still
turds,
sounds
and tire air.
stupid, everybody on here.
Do you know how dumb you sound calling another man stupid over the internet?
We're saying you
Well,
sound
what
stupid.
are you?
ask
You see my point
condescending
there?
questions.
Like, I sounded dumb calling you stupid.
Yeah.
You think you might be a little biased towards me? What do you think, brother?
What do you mean bias?
Biased, as in you have a bias
of us
towards
don't
me.
hear your
So as soon as I
condescending
speak, you
tone?
automatically think I'm dumb. Biased.
You have a
I think, no.
condescending tone.
No.
Yes,
Do
I've
not understand
gathered
what
that.
means.
Know that you're dumb.
Yes,
Nothing.
I do know what that means.
You know that you're roboting really hard. Stop.
And I
Trying to robot?
agree that my attitude has been swayed. No, I'm not trying to robot. Why was someone trying to robot? Are you ignorant?
Fix your microphone before you keep on with this, because that robot shit's done.
So we get shit Wi-Fi.
It's not bias, it's observation.
Get a Wi-Fi extender.
I don't know.
Plug it into the fucking wall, connect to it with a button, press a button on the other fucking thing, they both connect together and that's it, they're married for life, and your Wi-Fi's all around the house. There you go, it's that fucking simple, they're about 30 quid.
He might not be at home.
No, I'm not at home. I'm on the road.
Use them anywhere. They even give you a signal on the fucking roof. I can connect to mine from the 6th floor of my block.
Yeah, we just go through bad areas. The towers get blocked.
Yeah, gotta get high up.
What happens when you live in the swamp-ass lands of America?
Yeah, I agree. I was in the deep swamp today.
Is it like the back end of America where you go fucking noodling and flying around on hovercrafts?
Yeah, airboats, aircraft, they have everything down here.
Yep, thought it was.
But y'all should come down. Y'all should come down and try your same attitude face to face with some of these guys.
Yeah, you just fucking disappear into the swamp, some fucking thing would grab you and you'd be gone, man.
Yeah, yes you would.
I think we'd have a hard time finding other people out there that think the Earth is flat and that it's all a big conspiracy.
You might be surprised.
On a swamp of water? No, it wouldn't be hard to find flatland swamp water.
Yeah, you mean horizontal and level water and bridges that are the same level over the water for miles and miles? No, it's easy to find.
That's an exact
everywhere.
prediction of the model.
Right, exactly.
I don't know how you fit that on a ball.
You think a level line
fit all the street?
If you think about it, it's shaped like a football, right? It's got many flat levels on many faceted sides, right? And that's how Aristotle worked it out like 9,000 fucking years ago. So you got it about right.
Football? We live on a football now.
Not level football, but a football with like multifaceted sides of octagons, really. And then you put it all together and made the planet, you know.
Well, like where I live, it is level 2. When you're talking about the ocean is level, that doesn't make any sense.
I think Plato
just in case you missed it, football in his world is not our hand egg.
Well, level stays at one elevation. It doesn't rise or sink below a certain quote unquote level or height above the surface or whatever. It tends to stay.
So if everywhere I live at is, let's say, 15 feet, and it's all leveled to 15 feet, then it can still be level and be 15 feet in elevation.
Off of the surface that you're working off of, yes. But you need to have a baseline, and that baseline would be a flat level. Otherwise, if it curved, it would be 15 feet here, but it would curve down and be 15 feet relative to the curve as it curves down the way over there.
Well, Lemonbird, you could also build a house and have it hanging off of a mountain and have the house be level. The ground below it doesn't have to be level.
But it has to be on a flat level. And that would have to be your baseline.
Why would it have to be on
the mountain isn't flat and level, is my point. You can build a house off of the mountain, make it level, hanging off the mountain, but it is not, the mountain itself is not level.
So you're saying the house slab would be a horizontal?
No, I'm saying it would be level.
Which would be horizontal?
Lael is saying it has to be horizontal,
I'm saying it's you can build a house that's hanging off a mountain, which is not level, but the house itself is level.
I agree.
When it's built
you
on
can
a
do
flat
that.
level.
It's called horizontal.
Nope, I'm not playing your word games. I'm using the word level. Perpendicular.
You can use whatever word you want.
Perpendicular to the direction of gravity.
You would take one data point off that mountain and then draw a horizontal line off into space and put stilts up and put your slab on that horizontal line. That would make it horizontal.
No, it would be level.
Yeah, it would be level and horizontal. Water wouldn't fall off of it. Yeah.
It'd be level.
And if water rose up to the slab on all sides for whatever reason, let's say a flood, if that slab was horizontal and level, that water would meet the top of the slab at the very same time if it's not disturbed. Yeah.
It could come up to the level of the leveled house, yes.
Yep. And if it went over the house, you can measure down to the slab from that top of that water, and that would be the same depth if the water was undisturbed. You know why? Because water seeks and finds its level.
Well, show me a portion of ocean that's undisturbed.
Go. I can't.
Undisturbed as in it's not going to another container.
That's why I said undisturbed. That's why I said undisturbed water.
Yeah.
Ocean have tides,
wind.
wind.
That is undisturbed.
I never said it was
lake with a perfect reflection.
What percentage of the world is ocean?
70%
According to
they
what they
say.
say, 70%.
No, I'm asking Rakia.
About
They say
70%.
70%.
70%. And if it's
What are
not
you arguing about?
undisturbed, if it's not undisturbed, then it can't be level because it's not at rest. So how does it seek and find its own level if it's not disturbed? If it is disturbed?
No, the nature of water. I didn't say the oceans.
Well, the ocean is made of water.
Yeah, and if it was undisturbed, guess what it would do? It would level out. It would be a flat horizontal. Yeah, it would never curve. Horizontal, lack of curvature.
You guys aren't understanding my point. My point is that the ocean is not undisturbed, therefore it can't curve.
Lil, can you show us a straight line sphere? Hey, all the Globers, get your ink pens out live, draw all the straight lines you want with a ruler, and make a sphere with it live, please.
Hey, dumbass just talked.
You got it real quick.
Come on.
Get your ruler, and draw a whole bunch of straight lines live, Lil. Lil, you first, Lil. Your straight lines, make it glow real quick. That's all we need. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can see you draw. I can see your evidence, though. So put your ink pen on the paper and show us how you got straight lines for a ball. Go.
As opposed to a lead pen?
So if water is
we don't care. We don't care for mistakes, son.
If water on the ocean is not
that
at
ink
rest,
pen's going to show all your mistakes. That's what we need.
Right.
We need to see how retarded you boys are live.
Not at rest, it can.
And you take your ruler and draw your straight line, please.
But Leo, how far do you want to take this excessive logic? Because even when we're resting, our chest is moving up and down, and we're moving. Even when we're dead and our body is left behind when we go to heaven or hell, there's still atoms there in the current conception that vibrate. So how far do you want to take this excessive logic that denies rest if there's any level of movement? What is your concept of rest at all if you're willing to use the term rest, but there's no concept for it if there's any level of motion? How far are you going to take this excessive logic where a water that is not going to another container is obviously at rest and not going up or down to another level? How far are you going to take this excessive mind-killing logic?
If Lel took a cup of water and put it on his car live, Lel, could you put some colored water on your hood and show us how that doesn't move when you drive down the road? Put it on the top of your car.
Can I answer Lemonbird's question, please?
Well, I don't know. We'd like some evidence. You show us some evidence. You keep talking about stuff. It sounds a good comic book.
Lemonbird, I am using the Flat Earth mantra against itself. That is the logic I am using.
There's no such thing.
Using excessive mind-killing logic that now takes us.
You have no
destroyed your enemy's logic. You have destroyed logic itself. You know the concept of rest, and you know what they're trying to get at, where it is not seeking another container. It may have waves, it may have gentle ripples, but in general, it is not going up and down to another layer, and you know that. Don't destroy intellectual conversation with this excessive logic. It takes us nowhere. You know what we mean.
I'm going to use logic here and say that Lau donates to this channel heavily. That's the only reason Curve wouldn't be stepping in right now and
define the word
this guy.
rest. I want a flat earther who uses the terminology when water seeks and finds its level at rest. Define that rest for me. Go.
All you're trying to do is destroy logic. What do you consider rest, Liam? Do you mean when motion ceases? In the current atomic model, that's not possible. So what do you consider rest in that paradigm when all atoms vibrate and move? What do you consider rest? You can't even answer with an intelligible option. You just destroy the logic and leave like a destructive force. You don't even have a counter option for what rest is in the current paradigm.
Define rest.
You have to define rest because we have a concept that you're rejecting. What are you rejecting our concept of rest for, Leo?
You guys, okay, that's why I'm asking you to define it.
We have a concept that is implicit in the way that we're defining water at rest. What do you define as rest, Leo? Go.
No, you define it rest because you guys
If you're not willing to define it, Leo, then you are unintellectual. Since you are unintellectual, I am booting you from the conversation because you're not giving intelligible options. You're just trying to destroy the logic.
Flat Earthers.
So have a good day.
Water is at rest.
He has no evidence. He doesn't want to show us with his pencil. He doesn't want to show us anything. He doesn't want to bring any evidence. He doesn't want to show us how a whole body of water called the ocean is going to be stopped by the coastline. Show us where that happens on a globe that's spinning through space.
Leo, before they get mad and boot you, just tell us your, specifically your definition.
Stop at the QE.
I want their
specifically your.
They're trying to treat this place like 24/7. Leo's not going anywhere. Do you forget where you are? You've got no mod powers.
Glass, I don't need my definition. I want their. I'm asking.
I want your definition. I personally would like to hear your definition.
Not me.
I want to hear your definition, please.
No.
Specifically, I want to know your definition.
I want the flat earthers' definition. Why are they afraid to give me the definition of rest?
Leo, we already gave you an implicit definition. The water is not going to another level higher or lower than another, and the water is not seeking another container. That is water at rest, Leo.
Yes, the burden of proof.
It was already implicit in the way that we were defining it. If you were thinking, you would be able to abstract the definition based off of the way that we're describing it. Are you thinking?
When you say water,
the burden of proof lies with you guys.
Define rest.
The burden of proof lies with you guys, yeah?
Okay, Leo, it's your turn. It's your turn to show us that you're thinking with a definition that you have to offer other than destruction. What do you define water at rest as? Go.
I'm not defining it as that. You guys use
You're avoiding the issue. You don't even have an intellectual option. You are unintellectual.
As a flat earther, what is your definition
I
of rest?
already defined it, and you're avoiding the issue. So I'm not talking to you anymore.
Perfect.
When you go to sleep, that's rest. That's my definition. Now, what's your definition of a tide? Can you show it on a globe? Show how a tide works on a globe, Leo, with real water.
What a tide being at rest means. Go.
Going to sleep.
Show me
when I rest, I go to sleep.
Okay. See, they're afraid to actually answer the question. I'm using their own terminology.
You don't even know your middle name, Leo.
You can't even answer the question.
You can't even guess your own middle name.
It makes it impossible to talk to you because all you do is bomb the conversation. Come up with an intelligible option and get back at us.
That is intelligible. You guys say when water is at rest, it seeks and finds its own level. What does at rest mean?
Well, I don't know. Get a cup of water, sit it on your table, and watch it be level and at rest. You'll see.
And I have to repeat it 3 times before it takes in your head. This is frustrating. Not seeking another container, number 1, and one level of the substance is not higher than another, number 2. Let's repeat it again. Not seeking another container, number 1, it's at rest if it does that. And number 2, one layer of the substance is not higher than another. Let me repeat it a 3rd time. Not seeking another container, Leo, and one level of the substance is not higher than the other.
Lemon, it's always seeking another container. That's why you have pressure.
It is in a container. There's no other container to seek.
It's seeking a container. It's seeking to get out of that container. Always.
Dumb, Moyak. You know that that's dumb. It's in a container. There's no other container to seek. If a passage is made for it to go to another container, that's one thing. But it is in the seeds. It is contained and flat on the top.
Water will always seek another container regardless of if it has an access or not.
It will seek it, but it will not find it because it is contained.
But it's still eternally seeking.
This is just semantic games. Unintellectual semantic games that get away from the fact that water is flat and level. Most of the earth is water. Therefore, by logical extension, most of the earth is flat.
Most of the earth is not water. Most of the earth is earth.
Semantic games. You're just bombing the discussion because you don't like the conclusion. So F this conversation.
A thin veneer of water?
What is it? 1 part in a billion is water? Over the overall mass? 1 part.
71%. 71% is water.
Surface.
Yeah, 71%.
But the volume, it'd be about 1 part in a
level.
billion.
No, it's 71% of the mass of the earth. Your supposed globe, 71% of it is water. 71%.
Only about 1 or 2 parts in a billion is water. The rest of it's rock and iron.
Not of the mass. But how
It
would you
is
know?
71%
of the outside crust.
Of the outside surface.
Hey,
That's it. It's water.
by your logic, almost the entire car is made up of paint because it's all entirely painted
That's
white.
your warped mind logic, not mine. That's yours.
Yours,
Your
man.
warped logic.
We
No, that's
said on the
yours.
outside of the earth, on the surface, it's 71% water and 29% land protruding from that water.
That's it. That's it.
But the mass of the earth is about basically.
I'm not really interested in the mass.
Well, show us how that works. Show us how your glow water ball works. Show us how your water works at 29% land real quick. Show us how your tides work. Produce a ball.
And water doesn't find its land.
Hello. Real life tides. You got that on the ball, please?
It conforms to the forces of light.
Yes, please do not forget.
Right?
Don't forget, the burden of proof lies with those making the claim. So you need to provide evidence, and you haven't made any. You've provided no evidence for your elusive, magical, spherical, spheroid Earth. You provided no evidence. That's why we're still here. That's why we're here.
So the burden of proof about that flatness is on you now.
The burden of the globe is on the globe believer.
Always will be in a court of law. Those who make the claim have the burden of proof.
You
that's
just
the standard. That's the standard.
All we're doing is asking for globe evidence, and you guys keep saying other shit, and you don't give no globe evidence.
Spherical spheroid ball.
All this evidence,
so please provide the evidence or go away.
So then provide evidence for that flatness.
All the evidence
you need to provide
you don't have equals
we
what?
gave you the black swan. We gave you the black swan.
How do you know that? How do you know that is real and not CGI?
We gave you. It's a place you can go and have a look at it. You can go there yourself
be fake,
if you can get a ticket and be
I
allowed
can
out.
throw it out by 3 letters CGI. Right?
That's
so
you can do that, but you can actually go to the place. You can actually go there. You can go there and verify it for yourself. You can go there yourself and do it. You can use Google Earth. You can use your favorite tool, Google Earth, and do it. You can use Google Earth. You can go there.
From start on. Disingenuous from the beginning.
You can go there and do it
Could you
yourself.
stop talking for 1 second, sir?
What do you mean? Everybody's talking over everyone.
I know. Would you stop?
Why are you continuing? Yeah, like
well, because the guy's not acknowledging what I'm saying. That's why.
You guys are being so fucking childish without a mod here.
No, we're not.
Like,
we're being precise.
No, dude, listen,
we're being precise.
You've been holding the
precise
mic
is
and
the
you've been
word.
speaking over everybody like you're doing right now for the past like 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
He's been asking for.
It's been complete shit, man. Come on, guys.
He's been asking for evidence in the back chat. Now I don't.
Why are you doing that to me? Demo.
Provide evidence. Provide evidence.
You have evidence. Now you got to tell us why this isn't evidence. 24-hour sun in Antarctica. 24-hour sun in Antarctica. 18-hour day. Shut up. 18 hours of daylight in Australia during the summer, the southern summer. Etwas effect.
There is no evidence of a 24-hour sun observation. I want 24 hours. That's what I'm demanding. 24 hours observation like we see in the North Pole.
You've been shown
if
it,
you can't do that, shut up.
It's been shown, haven't you? And 18 hours fucks your
18 hours is not 24 hours. 18 hours is not 24 hours.
Would you please be quiet for a whole
18 hours is not 24 hours.
Yes, 18 hours is not 24 hours, but if you try and circle a ball above a disc and have distance be the reason that the sun sets,
straw man alert,
straw man alert, straw man alert, straw man alert, straw man alert, straw man alert. Around the globe. Around the flat plate. So it would be too far away to see based upon your observation claims.
I want to have evidence for that flatness.
Why is that not evidence?
Because they haven't provided. Because they haven't provided evidence for their flatness. Flatitude.
Did he get something? Or is he actually deep in thought about what was just said?
Provide evidence.
All right, that
When
was
you
evidence. Now,
actually
why is that not
concede that
evidence?
you can't provide evidence of your globe.
Why,
There's
sir?
a 45-second
Why is that
video
not
there,
evidence?
Jim.
18 hours.
Yes. Why is
18
that not evidence?
hours is not 24 hours.
Right.
So
Right.
if I
I'm
go
just
to
doing
the
that's
North Pole, if I go to the North Pole and see the Earth, the sun for 24 hours non-stop all day long for like 2 months, I expect to see the
okay. There's
same
a video
at the
in
South
chat for
Pole.
you.
I expect
Yeah,
that. 18
there's
hours is
one right
not
there.
24 hours.
Jim,
So you
Sir,
fail
stop
miserably,
talking. More
Hold on.
watching.
miserably
Jim,
failing now.
Also,
stop
Provide
yelling.
evidence.
where's
Watch the
also,
video. You
why
watch.
you have 24 hours the sun in the camera frame for 24 hours in the
Yes,
view.
twat. Yes, twat.
45-second video
Okay.
right there.
Now
And
look, hold
nice
on,
and
hold
short,
on.
please,
I got
so your goldfish attention
I
span
got
didn't
one
get
more
distracted.
question. So you got a 24-hour sun, what does that mean?
What's it mean to you? How does it do that on a
It
disc?
means there's no globe. It means welcome to flat Earth.
It means you got a
Yes,
problem.
welcome to the flat Earth, folks.
You got a real problem. That's what it means.
It means you've got a problem. That's what
No,
it means.
the reason we were
That's
looking
what
for
it
it is
is.
because it
You
disproves the globe. Hey, sheep lips, it disproves your globe, sheepy.
Yeah, you cannot.
Sheep lips, dear Mark. When have I ever attacked you for being an
Come
idiot?
on, why are you being goofy right now? The reason we asked for the 24-hour
appeal
sun is because
to-
it proves flat Earth. Now you guys are retarded, and you're telling us it helps you do what?
No,
It proves
doesn't
flat Earth.
help
Thank
you at
guys.
all because it
No,
denotes
it
the sun
proves
would
the
have
Earth
to
is
be.
flat. It doesn't help a globe, an imaginary globe. You can't
No, but
produce.
that's
You
right.
can't produce
And you can't
tides. You can't
even-
produce
you-
water. You can't produce land. You can't
produce the
produce
actual picture of the model.
coastlines. You can't produce streams. You can't produce rivers. You can't produce anything working on a ball.
Well,
Right? Any kind of waterworks.
Allow me to retort. You can't explain a
show me it
sunrise. You
live.
can't explain a
Show
sunset.
me
You can't
the
explain a
water
lunar or
working
solar
on a
eclipse.
globe. Listen.
You can't explain the long
Listen,
sun.
that all came from
None
your
of these
globe,
things.
son. No wonder I can't explain your retarded globe. It's comic book bullshit. I know I can't explain
No,
it.
these are
You can't
phenomena
explain the
that we
comic book.
witness
I can't
every
explain
day.
Superman either.
No,
It's a comic book, buddy.
Do you deny the sunrises and
I
sets?
deny
do you deny
everything you just said about
yeah,
globe.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, because there's no such thing as a globe. Do you see my name?
So
No
the
such
comic
thing as a
So the comic
globe.
book has
Unless you can
somehow
show
become
it. My name doesn't
augmented
say
reality.
flat Earth in it. It says no such thing as a globe. So warp your reality and show me your globe in a classroom setting any way you can, please.
Okay,
Just
one second,
provide
one
some
second.
evidence
I just
of
want
the
to
globe,
rewind it.
will
Do
you?
you have
Provide
any
it.
idea?
Here on
Hey,
Earth,
Jin, man,
provide.
hang on, dude. I was talking, Jin. You're talking over everybody and anybody, man, and I haven't said a shit to you. So hang on here a second. Demok, do you have any idea what you just denied? Seriously, it's a genuine question because you were just saying, no, I deny, and I guarantee you don't know what you just denied. Name one thing you just denied. That's the conversation that you guys are all having.
We can't explain
You're all
sunsets, for
responding.
example.
You're all listening to respond. You guys need to fucking stop and start having a conversation. And that's my rant.
So 24-hour sun, Jin, in Antarctica. It's video evidence right there. What's your problem?
That video and the sun itself, if you're talking about the one I think it is, it's a CGI sun. That's not the real sun. Okay? That's not the real sun, and no video exists. And this is a surprise.
You're hello.
Long, not in the South
They'll
Pole,
make one without the
Antarctica,
clouds one
it
day.
doesn't exist. Not one, which is a fucking
What is
surprise.
it, Jin?
They'll make one without the clouds
Jin,
one
what
day. Don't
is it?
worry.
Unfortunately,
You say
for
it's
you
not
guys,
the sun.
you failed
Why do you say
miserably.
it's not the sun? It looks like the sun to me.
Look, D-Marble, and a guy
D-Marble
called
did it in the
Sergey,
north,
they
yes.
provided two separate videos of this 24-hour sun.
Right, and we showed you
Why
a
can't we
dozen
just
videos
replicate
of
that
it in the south.
We should be able to replicate that as easy peasy
It
in the
is.
south.
It's been done.
But there's
It's been
not
done
one
a dozen
video.
times.
It's never been done.
It's been done.
never
You
been
saw
done.
it. You just saw the video. Did you look at the video?
CGI video sun.
Go look at the sun. The video that was
CGI
posted.
video sun, that is.
It's
Come on.
CGI. Why do you say it's CGI?
And it's funny. It's funny how
God,
this
you're delusional.
supposed
All right.
wonderful phenomenon.
I'm surprised
Right,
that
look, they've
anybody
been
has
down
not
there.
noticed he's
They're down
delusional.
there. Suppose you keep talking, I'm going to keep talking as well. Yeah, they've been down there for over 62 years. Yeah, in the South Pole, this wonderful phenomenon, and people go there with their for tourism on their holidays, and none of them provide that 24-hour sun. None of them.
Here.
From the holiday makers.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it is
those
provided.
who go
even
there
need
on
to watch
holiday,
this
they can
video,
afford
or
it.
is this
It
the
should
one
be a
that goes
wonderful,
backwards, or is this the one
magnificent
that has the
spectacle.
clouds all in
But
it?
we don't have
Which
it.
one
We
is
don't
this?
have it. It's a stupid anomaly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, mate. Come on. It's
Why are you
ridiculous.
yelling?
Because I know if
Why
I
are you
went down
yelling, you
there,
moron?
if I went down there, I'd be making that video and posting it on YouTube.
Then
If I
go
went down there
there.
on holiday, you better believe it. You better believe it.
Go down there.
But
Does it not even
that's
raise a red
ridiculous.
flag with you?
Unacceptable.
What? Does what
That-
raise red flag?
I
The
have no
point
money
that
to go down
everyone
there.
tries to put out the video that you're showing, and they're
Simple as
very easily
I
scrutinized.
have no
like-
money. And the only reason I'd love to go there is because I'd like to breathe the fresh air, see the 24-hour sun if it's possible, and enjoy snowboarding. But you know,
only
I haven't
make sure
got
you
that
go
money to
between
go there.
October and
tell you
February, right?
that Godzilla exists.
Make sure you go between
Well,
October
And
and
he's walking
February.
around. And Godzilla's 24 hours a day.
All
You
right,
can
you're
see
not
him in
saying
Tokyo
anything
running
else.
around smashing buildings.
Jin,
That's
Jin,
just
these,
lame.
Yeah, we beat Godzilla globes.
So there you are.
Jin, these three letters
Let's
are
have
so,
some proof.
Jin,
Waiting.
Jin, these three letters are so wonderful. I will use them. I mean, on Flat Earth, it's really great. For each and everything, we can now say it's just CGI because that's the same what you're doing, right? And I can do that right back on you. All your P900 photos and P1000 photos
CGI.
are now just CGI, and we can toss them out right away. Thank you very much for that. Thanks so much. I mean, I really have.
Yes, of course, we're going to toss them out. Why aren't there? Why hasn't there been more than the one video? Remember, 62 years they've been down there. 62 fucking years.
Why is there never a video showing
62
flatness?
years, please.
Why is there never a
62.
video showing real flatness? I mean,
You don't have any video. You have fuck all. You have piss all, mate. Nick, 62 years. 2 videos in 62 years
All
is
right, can I
hideously
answer?
ridiculous.
With the
Hideously ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Right.
With the resources that you can command with Flat Earth, the money that you can get through, like, let's say the Flat Earth Society or whatever group you want, Flat Earth Millionaire, he could go down to the South Pole, take this video, and prove us all wrong right now. Why doesn't he do that?
I do not know why he doesn't do that, actually.
Why don't you get together a GoFundMe for 10 grand and go down yourself?
Because I have some serious doubt that Flat Earth Millionaire is really a millionaire. But
Well, that's
just
true
my
too.
Who gets it? Hey, that's not going to do anything. Why don't you just get a group of beacons, right? And the beacons know where each beacon is, distance.
How do they know?
Like the distance, right? Because they know where each one is, right? What is a beacon? What do you tell me? How does a beacon work?
Okay, we do that with GPS already, so we've already got that. It shows curvature.
What do they drop in the ocean? What are they dropping?
If you're moving around, can
They
you stop
drop
moving?
beacons.
Your connection's in and out, and it's fucking painful. Just saying.
Who's that? Who's that?
Damn up.
Turn down there, buddy. Turn down there. Turn your earpiece down just a hair. So
No, you're
that's the
roboting.
beacons. And the beacons will know where each other are.
Okay,
They'll
we
know
do that. That's called
elevation,
GPS. It's already done.
from each other. So they're
already
in
done.
little balls and float. You can drop them across the ocean. You can drop them across land. Anywhere. You just keep.
All right.
No, already done,
called
dick,
GPS.
motherfucker. And they only care. Stop interrupting me, bitch. You want to know what the
GPS.
Earth is or not, you fucking retard? Fuck
Well,
you.
you're not
Fuck your
saying how they
lying ass
measure,
GPS
so I mean,
dick
we got
sucker.
something called
Don't be
GPS.
scared,
What's wrong with
bitch.
that?
Don't care.
What's wrong with
Don't be
GPS?
scared, pussy. Quit interrupting me, scared bitch. You scary
Shut up,
motherfucker.
boy.
Drop the fucking beacons.
Shut up,
The
donut
people don't give
man.
a fuck where each other are. They don't give a fuck
you
about
like
what you're
donut.
saying, and they don't care about what I'm saying, right?
Look, your donuts aren't
So
even good.
they know where each other are, and they light up on the screen. And when you get done with dropping all the beacons you want everywhere around the fucking planet you want, and they don't make a ball fucking picture on the screen, bitch, what does that mean to you? So let's go do that real quick. Fuck your GPS, motherfucker. We need evidence against it.
Can you explain that again? I missed it.
Oh, shut up.
Beacons that know where each other are. Elevation or distance. They know where they are from each other.
How?
Now.
How?
The towel.
Not now. Not how now.
Pow, 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 pow. We're getting beacons, right, Dr. Seuss? And the beacons are gonna know where each other are.
Dr.
And you have screens set up.
Brown
the screen
cow.
can read the beacon, right? Now down with the towel on the brown cow, it said how. So
seriously, he's saying they do it with GPS, and that's how they do it. So like
no, not seriously. No. Stop repeating what retards say and repeat what I'm saying. You get beacons. I don't give a fuck about GPS. Listen, guys.
Okay, fine.
We're
he's asking a legit question. How
matches.
do we make the beacons?
You guys are retarded. They already have fucking beacons. Why are you guys so retarded when it comes to telling you something about trying to figure something out that's like reality? And when you talk about globes, you guys can imagine dicks in your butt. But when it comes to fucking talking about some real shit, you keep asking how. Are you fucking retarded all of a sudden, guys? The whole room is retarded. And they don't know what a beacon is. That's what you're telling me.
What's the method of identification of location?
Looks like Lucy's got some fucking explaining to do, huh? All this shit you've been talking about, load, and all, you don't even know what fucking beacons retard. You've been talking about light, sound, magnetism, gravity. You don't even know how fucking beacon works. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid motherfucker. Anyway, get some beacons, right? The beacon knows how far it is from the other beacon.
How does it do that?
What you got going on. So when you got it 100 foot or a mile or 50 foot away from the other beacon, it knows. So they start making a picture on the screen, right? They light up on the screen. The screen sees the beacons. The beacons see each other. That's how it works. They don't need to know anything else. So you let them fly somewhere out, a hot air balloon, an airplane, a jet, whatever you want to do. Drop these little floaty balls.
Yo, what's a beacon?
Jose, shut the
Hey, what's a beacon? I don't know, man. Go ahead. Please, what's a beacon?
Get a decent mic and shut the fuck up, faggot.
Yo, what's a beacon?
Hey, tell your grandma to stop sucking your fucking other grandma's dick.
Remember, that's a Glober for sure. That guy breaking in. That's definitely a Glober.
Hey, Rakia, what do you think of his beacon idea? This unknown Dr. Seuss beacon he's talking about. What do you think, Rakia?
What an ass.
I think it should have explained further. It sounds good if y'all would let him talk. Maybe we would learn something.
He won't explain further. He's been
saying people keep breaking in is what I hear. I'm just
I mean, for years
outside
he's been
observer.
saying you just use beacons with magic technology.
You haven't shut up yet. You big mouth motherfucker. The one that keeps talking right now. Not you, Rakia. This one. Lippy son of a bitch. You're a rubber mouth motherfucker.
I just watched the video. I just watched the supposed 24-hour sun video, yeah? It doesn't show you it for 24 hours, and the man's talking like it exists.
I know.
Right? They show you the CGI sun, right?
How long does it show you
see
for,
the sun for 24 hours. It's not even being filmed.
How long does it show you?
Go show us.
They can't even show you
Go get the film, buddy.
How long is the video?
You fucking little candle in a big
video
wind.
is,
You're
2
done
minutes or whatever.
out, candle boy.
But the point is, they're not showing us the actual sun for 24 hours.
Evidence of the 24-hour sun, 2-minute video.
It doesn't exist in the South Pole. It never will, because the Earth is not
aesthetic.
But here's the thing, though.
Hideously ridiculous.
The beacons.
Hideously ridiculous.
And the beacons will know.
It comes out with, when the sun's 24 hours, but we don't see. Let's have the meats and the vegetables and the Yorkshire pudding, please. Rather than showing me a picture.
Do you want a 24-hour video uploaded to YouTube? Is that what you're saying? Do you have any idea the size of the file?
I just looked at the first one.
Do you know how a camera works with live video?
Sure.
No, you had a live YouTube channel and it plays 24/7. Now you're asking.
And you also could upload it 2-hour increments.
Video?
I don't think anybody would object to that either. They could overlap for 10 minutes on each one.
It's so hard to do anything for evidence to prove.
I've 62 years.
It's so hard.
62 years of this.
So the clock denoting
so much evidence,
time
but you
passing.
can't do none of it.
in
So
a time
sheeple, you
lapse
can't get
is
24 hours
not
in the sun. Is
showing
that too
you that
hard
it
for
was a
you?
full video. Is that
It's
what you're saying?
It's 2020
unacceptable.
So you got a
CGI.
CGI. You got a
You
CGI
know how to
watch.
work a video camera, sheeple? Sheeple, how do you work a video camera? It's 2020, buddy. You don't know how to work a camera?
Absolutely. I'm probably better than you.
I have a
You fucking
question.
slow motherfucker. Get out there and do it. Well,
I
that's
got a question for Jin. Jin,
I'm gonna ask you a favor, bro. Step away from the mic. No. Hang on a second, man. I was talking. All right. It's gonna take another 10 seconds, but it's longer because I have to explain this. No, fuck you, because then I'm gonna let Demok go. Demok, just take one step away from the mic, man. Like you're over talking a lot, dude. Just relax.
Okay, Jin, I got a question for you. You say that you need the whole 24-hour videos. Did you demand that of D Marble? Because I don't think he showed you 24 hours.
The Marble showed us 24 hours. You see the sun go all the way
You
around
saw
him.
all 24 hours of video? You sat there and watched it for 24 hours?
I didn't. No, hang on. He actually recorded it for 24 hours, but he didn't actually let it off and sit it there. The video, it wasn't a 24-hour video.
Have you seen the 24-hour video? Do you know
Who
who did it?
uploads a 24-hour video non-stop on
Isn't that what you're asking
Have you
for?
seen that?
Isn't that what you're asking for right now?
Have you seen that?
Is that what you're asking for
I'm
from South
asking
Pole?
for a 24-hour in the South Pole. In the South Pole, let's see it.
You didn't get that from D
Speed it up. You can speed it up, but let's see it. We don't see that. We don't see that.
We didn't see that with D Marble. That was
D
sped up. That was time
D
lapse.
Marble had the sun in his view, and you see this. It was speeded up, of course, and you see it going all the way around. No problem.
And what was
all
how's
day
that
long.
different
Perfect.
from what you saw?
Hang on. Perfect physical sun. He did it using his camera, of course, set up to follow the sun.
How is that different from what you saw in the video that was presented to you?
The sun itself is CGI. The sun itself is CGI, and 18 hours is not 24 hours.
That was 24 hours, sir.
It wasn't 24
It was 24.
hours.
It was done in the South Pole. It was 24-hour sun that you just witnessed in that video in 2 minutes. It was sped up. So now please tell me how that's wrong.
24-hour sun in the South Pole. Let me see. Can you show me where that video is so I can see it again? The video
Did you see the whole 24-hour video from D Marble?
Right now, so I can see it.
Did you see the whole 24-hour video file?
No, I'm going to go and watch loading up. Right. I'd like to see that video again, please. That you said you posted or whoever posted it. If it can be posted right now,
I think you motherfuckers need to look.
I'm waiting.
Look in the back
watched it
chat.
and said you didn't like it. Now you definitely
Look in the back chat, Rocky's picture, and show me the degree, the degree of curvature in the clouds in that mirror image.
Is it possible
on your sphere?
Phil just posted it again.
Can you show me any mirror image of a sphere in any water that matches a globe?
Is this it?
So
even 1 degree.
So Jen, are you watching the video? Hello. Jen, it's been posted. Are you watching?
Yeah, please. Yes, that would be fantastic.
It's been posted.
And then I can
you
actually
fucking moron.
dissect
Watch it. Shut up and watch it.
24-hour sun. And the thing is, right, there should be hundreds of these videos. 62 years they've been down there. We're fighting. We're like wolves fighting over a piece of meat, and we haven't eaten in weeks. That's what it's like. There should be ample of videos.
More videos.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Fucking idiots, man. We need more. We need more.
Like a pack of wolves. What?
Are you watching the video?
I'm not watching. Are you going to post it so I can actually watch it?
It was posted. Go watch the video, you fucking mom.
You guys can't even show a 2-minute video of curve left to right, as well as forward to back that you think exists.
Jen, but we're talking
Jen,
about.
It has got the.
That's wonderful on a sphere that you don't have evidence of.
So
if it is wonderful on your imaginary cartoon sphere in your mind.
Do you notice it's also doing the clouds overhead matching on the reflection of the face of the watch? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard that is to CGI? Do you have any clue?
To see a globe? Is that how we see a sphere? Take peyote or mushrooms or hallucinate? Is that how we do it?
So
you're gonna have to take some real good acid, boys, to see this globe.
So he's gonna deny the evidence, right? Okay.
You're gonna be on that. What evidence? I haven't seen not one fucking shred of any water ever work anywhere on the globe.
I'm fine with that being 24 hours on my flat earth.
Sheeple, I'm asking you for your evidence
Yo.
Can you hear me, motherfucker?
Yes, I wish I was
you
trying
talking
to wait
over, son of a bitch.
But you weren't. You haven't.
Apparently, you
trying
didn't
to
hear
help
me
it,
when
mate.
I started.
I'm discerning the evidence for you and helping your arguments. But you're just like you're sitting. It sounds like you're sitting just facing the mic,
but I
insulting
didn't
people.
hear you when I was
You're not
talking
actually
because
talking to anyone anymore. Okay, let's go. Let's destroy the globe.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking Sheeple, the goofiest motherfucker here that has no evidence, for a little bit of live evidence, please. Like, draw a straight line with his own hand live for us and see how many straight lines he can make a globe with. Any of the globers, right?
That's not
That
a
should be
real
easy
question,
for him.
Even I know
I mean, that's just an easy test, right? They can draw all their straight lines and make a globe real quick
I'm on
live
your
for us so we
team,
can
and
see
I'm
it.
saying that's not a real question.
I thought you were
Oh,
on a
yeah,
flat
it
earther, Don.
is.
When did this happen?
No, I'm on the flat Earth team.
But I want to know how water
For
works on a
today?
globe.
For this
Great
moment?
candle. Don't you want to see how
We
streams
can't
and
just ask them
rivers
random
and
questions. I know it is fun for a while. It does
random
troll them, but
questions?
it's better to
No, how
get them
water
stuck in deep
works on their
conversations.
globe.
Better
I want
troll.
to
You
know how
understand?
earthquake shadows work on the flat Earth.
Well, they don't work on a globe.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
What does? Show me.
How do
Get
you
your
say
globe
what?
out and show me how
If you
that
said
works.
it doesn't work on the
Get a
globe,
ball and show me how that works on your globe.
they are not
If
too
you
complex.
can't get your little ball in a classroom setting and show me,
No.
then you're making
Earthquake
shit up.
shadows are observable
Yeah, you're making shit
phenomena
up.
that would not
Yeah,
work on a
cool
flat
cartoon.
Earth.
I only heard
How
of them
far
last
do they
week.
go
Then I've
down when
never
you can
heard
only
of them.
dig 8 miles?
I knew
far
about
does your-
earthquake shadows since the
How
third
far does
grade.
your
How have you
earthquake
guys not
go?
learned about this?
You can only dig
didn't
8
listen
miles. I
to
don't
them
think you've
until-
learned about anything. You don't know what an earthquake is. You especially don't have one on a globe.
So
Go
earthquake,
get your
yes, I do.
basketball
Okay,
and show us
hang
how
on,
an earthquake
hang on.
works.
Hang on.
Get
So
your basketball
earthquakes
and
are
show
when
us
two
how the earthquake
tectonic
works on your
plates
basketball.
move up against one
Go
another.
get a cue ball
Next
and
question.
show us how an earthquake works. Next
Basketball
question.
does not have tectonic plates and is
Well,
also
go get
doesn't
your
have
globe. Go get a globe
solid
of dirt,
outer core
motherfucker.
and a liquid inner
Go
core.
get a ball
So
of dirt, you
shadows wouldn't
fucking
happen
retard.
on a
However
earthquake
you
shadows
think
would
you
not
can
happen
explain
on
it in a ball of dirt,
You
retard.
can stop
Go get
talking
your
and listen.
ball.
You don't have to
you can
constantly be
fucking
talking.
explain it by
You don't
showing
have to
us
constantly be
and
talking.
stop
You can
talking
stop
with your
talking for a couple
non-evidence
seconds while I
and your
explain the
cartoon
concept.
fucking beliefs. Yeah,
You
good
can
thing, comic
hold up
book.
and
Okay, Narnia.
and accept the fact
Okay,
that this
Narnia.
is a
Why don't you
measurable, observable phenomena. Thank you. So this is an observable, measurable phenomena. This is something that has been known since we started measuring earthquakes, and it happens anywhere between 140 and 104 degrees from the earthquake every single time. Every single time there's an earthquake, there's always an earthquake shadow. Now, earthquake shadows, by definition, because of what they are, they literally could not exist on a flat Earth.
Well, anyway, mic check. I've just come back from that fucking video that I've seen over 100 fucking times.
What's the reaction?
Somebody just wasted my time.
Warner Brothers, Walt Disney, right?
What's the reaction after you've watched it 2 times in a row?
I've seen that video more than 100 fucking times over the 5 years.
But 2 times in a row, and now
it was a waste of fucking time.
But don't you like the CGI of the watch hand?
The very first thing is the sun is CGI. That's the very first thing. When you compare D-Marble's sun and Sergei the Russian sun, and then you look at this one,
you can't just make the
sun
claim,
is
you
not
have to
real.
prove it.
The sun is not real. The sun is not real.
All you guys do is make fucking claims with no little ball of water, you ignorant motherfuckers.
Let's entertain this.
You haven't done shit. You haven't proved a fucking globe once. I've never seen a globe. No kid I've ever known. No kid in the world will ever see a fucking globe ever. Show us a globe. Talk to a globe.
Yeah. Hideously ridiculous.
Are you an expert on CGI? Are you an expert on CGI?
I'm an expert on CGI.
Your globe CGI, yeah.
What are your bona fides?
Yeah, I don't need to have a certificate for anything to be an expert. I can take, if you owned a motorcycle, I could strip it down and put it back together. That makes me an expert. Although I've never had a certificate for it. but I am an expert.
So how
I'm
can you comparing two different things? So if you compare one video to another video, how do you know which one? Hang on, wait. If you compare two different videos, how are you determining which one is fake and which one is real? What method are you using?
It's easy because one video, the sun appears to be exactly what I see every day of the week in the summer. And then the other one is a shiny white ball, which I've never seen the sun look like ever in my life of 58 years. Never.
Could it possibly be that it's using a different?
in itself.
Well, one, you're not looking at the sun like a camera
I'm
does.
looking at. Don't tell me what I'm looking at.
Hang on, wait. If you let me, I
Please.
am telling you what you're doing because this is not possible. You're not going to be looking at the sun the same way the camera looks at the sun.
You are telling me
there are
something that is absolutely wrong.
okay. Do you have an aperture?
You
do you
are
have an
not
aperture in your eye?
Mate. You're
Hang
not
on,
listening.
wait.
You know,
You're not
I'm not going
listening.
to stop. I'm not
Your
gonna
eye
stop.
isn't a
If you're not
camera, is
listening,
it?
please,
Is your eye a camera?
What did I say? What did I say to you?
Is your eye a
What
camera?
did I say to
Let
you?
me help.
What did I say to you?
Hold
You're not
on. Let's
listening.
just stop yelling, Jim.
Talk. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Talk. No one's talking. You're yelling. Talk.
I'm telling you now this. I'm telling you. I compared two videos, yeah? The one video, the sun I see is exactly the same as what I'm seeing in the video. The same color and shape and size. That's one. The other one, it's a white ball with sharp spikes. We've never seen the sun like that ever in my life. 58 years. CGI.
Okay. There's a reason for that, Jin. There's a reason for that.
There is no excuse for that at all.
There's a reason for that.
There is no excuse you can
There's
give me.
a great reason for that, Jim. But here's the problem I have. Here's the problem I have for you. You do not have the capability to render this. Not even in your wildest dreams could you render this. Could you?
Like that.
You could not render this. You could not render the specular highlights on the watch. You could not render the reflection of the clouds simultaneously. And this idea of the sun being too bright, it's because it's shining directly through the lens and there's less atmosphere to break up the light at the south.
You know, I'm not saying the sun is too bright. I'm saying that image of the sun is completely CGI, faked, and what they used to call it, superimposed into the video. That's what I'm telling you is happening now.
Your claims
okay, so how does this so-called fake sun you're saying match the specular highlights and the shadowing on the watch face throughout the entire video?
It's not matching anything. That's just bullshit you're talking there. It's not matching any specular highlights. It's a load of shit what you're talking.
Okay. At 1 minute 18 of the video, I can see the specular highlight on the very corner of the watch just above the crown. Exactly where you expect to see it.
It is not a sun. That is a fake CGI superimposed into that video, period. When you look at the sun you see every day in the sun, and you look at D Marble's video or the Russian Sergei video, that they all three match up. Then you have your one, fuckers, idiots, delight, CGI. Walking anomalies, you guys are.
Oh, and also these spikes that you talk about appear when the light cracks through the cloud again, perfectly in time with everything else.
It's horse manure. And another question: they've been down there for 62 years, Reese. Why are we all fighting over one fucking video like a pack of wolves that haven't eaten in years? Come on, 2 years. Where are the videos from the tourists who have been down there? So-called tourists who went on holiday, seeing the 24-hour sun, a phenomena and a wonderful spectacle.
It's already been done. Why would they do it again?
Anyway, at the Antarctic.
I'm going to go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm just saying, there's nothing in contention, Jin. The people down there at Scott's Base and the research centers, they're actually studying what's down there. They're not debating the shape of the Earth. The fact that the continent of Antarctica is your problem. The fact you say you can't go there is a lie. The fact you say that it's not, it's wraps around the whole outside. Why don't we hear about these voyages to the wrapping the outside of the ice wall? Why do they always go to Antarctica and it's a continent and ice shelves that we can measure and map?
If I go to Antarctica on business, I'm allowed to go down and I can get down there. Believe you me, I'm going to be wanting to film that bloody video of the 24-hour sun. I want that. I definitely would want that. That's a phenomenon, a once in a lifetime thing. There should be hundreds of these.
Can I
There
ask
should
why?
be
What's so
hundreds of these
special
on the
about this?
YouTube loaded up.
Why can't we
hell.
allow 24-hour sun on a flat Earth? What's the big deal about it? Why is it a big phenomenon?
Sorry? Well,
because it doesn't work
could
on
you
a flat
explain your
Earth.
question again, please?
Why is it such a big phenomenon if you did see that on a flat Earth? What's the problem with it on a flat Earth?
Because it doesn't
No,
work on
you're
flat
asking the wrong question. You're actually asking the wrong question. The question is, why is it so important? It's so important because if we can see it in the North Pole, it should be bloody well the same thing in the South, but we don't have that. So welcome to the flat Earth. That's what it is. That's the question.
What,
well soon, man.
If they can't film it for 24 hours, it shows Antarctica might be a big edge.
Hodge kind of question.
Jin.
Hold on a second. Situation.
You need a doctor, bro. You need a fucking psychiatrist.
Jin,
Get well soon.
thousands of people live in Ushuaia, Argentina, and they see like 18 and a half hours of sunlight in the summertime. What's so hard to believe that you go further south?
It's not 24 hours.
Yeah, but
18 and a half hours is
yeah,
not
but the
24
sun,
hours.
but the sun still rises south.
24 hours.
Jin, listen.
24
The sun
hours.
still rises southeast and wraps around them and sets southwest. It does almost a full circle around them.
A 24-hour.
But Jin, do you not see that just debunks the flat Earth right there? The sun rises southeast, sets southwest.
I am demanding a 24-hour sun.
You can demand whatever you want.
That's my demands. That's my demand.
The videos are there. You just say that they're fake and CGI. How can someone prove it to you? The videos are there. You say they're CGI. How can anyone prove it to you?
The videos are not there. The videos that I'm demanding are not there. From tourists who have been on holiday,
we've got videos of the Earth from space. Why do you do? What's wrong with that video?
I want the videos from 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago.
In 4K.
Okay, I want all those videos from 62 years. I want those
50 years ago on film.
Go do the research.
You want a video? You want a 24-hour video on film?
I want it.
On an emotion. On an emotion.
I want
a 24-hour video on an emotion.
That's a demand. I want those videos. That's what I want.
Shut
That's
up, Jen, and let him talk.
Right. Well, at least you know what I want.
You have to have a tractor trailer of Super 8 film to do that.
We have videos from the South Pole. You say they're all fake. What's wrong with the videos?
Because they have skips where they're obviously and deceptively edited. It's also under heavy Masonic control, and we all know that the Masons serve Lucifer at higher levels and have an incentive to deny the biblical cosmology with their Masonic
Show us now. Take the 1 minute and 2 seconds of video of that of the actual sunlight shown in that video, and show us where it skips on the watch. Go. It's a positive claim, and I'm holding you to it.
You won't get shit back, dude.
Good work.
People just get on here and say the Earth is flat. That's about it, man. That's it.
It's a hell of a claim. And when you bring up CGI, it pisses me off because CGI artists trying to replicate something very difficult as metallic reflections and contoured lighting and all these things takes just beyond belief detail that you cannot determine yourself.
Right out, man.
The thing that gives it away in one of their fake South Pole videos is the sun passes by
long it takes Pixar to make a fucking
the sun is wider angular size wise than most poles in these pictures, and a pole would not
you have the entire video lemon
leak out totally like it's being blocked out by this pole in the foreground of the picture. That makes it look extremely fake. What was that, dude?
You understand the time it takes to make CGI.
NASA's already on record saying that most of their stuff are images,
are made with
CGI composite images.
Expensive CGI.
But that's a straw man.
It doesn't take that long.
NASA's already on record saying that they do CGI anyway.
Yeah, what was the last thing you rendered, Jin? And how long did it take in 4K?
I watched something being rendered on the 24/7 Discord. Yeah.
On the 24/7 Discord. Well, okay.
Yeah. Crack Villain did a very good render of a sun with a sunspot, and it took him less than 90 seconds, and he done it. So it depends on what kind of image and what you're trying to work on.
You don't know what you're
Not in 4K, you
I'm the
didn't.
expert. Don't worry, I'm an expert.
Not in 4K, you didn't, Jin. I asked you 4K.
So you can't just make a claim without a justification. I think it's pretty
Well, that's what
obvious.
you guys are doing with
Hang
your
on,
blog.
wait. So I think that everybody can see that his claim that the evidence for the Earth the sun being CGI is complete horseshit. So I think we should move on. We're just going to
that's right. You move it on because you know I'm absolutely correct.
I think that this is kind of a
request is reasonable.
I think this is kind of a
you hang on now. They've been down there for 62 years.
Because it's just going to be him.
62 years.
Sans justification. Oh, it doesn't look real. Well, I don't accept that as an explanation for anything.
Well, too bad.
I think we should move on because we're not getting
into
Before we move on,
what are you going to say? It looks
we've got
so
a
real.
We've got. Hold on, Jim. We've got a real CGI artist in our voice chat right now. So, Rupert, is there any element besides the wording of the cardinal directions that's CGI in that Frozen South video?
I don't know. I think the cardinal directions, they look like they're real to me.
They're not real. They are
I think they actually put them up like a Hollywood sign.
That'd be cool, right?
Absolutely fake. They are absolutely fake.
Well,
That's what they
Rupert,
are. When you look at the North Pole and the sun, there's two videos that I've seen. One from a Russian called Sergey, and D Marble. When you look at the sun, that's the sun that I've seen every day in my life. 58 years now.
Oh, yeah, where did they film that? Where did they film that, Jen?
I will finish my point.
Okay, just specify.
After the videos that you showed me, I've seen it so many times. Unbelievable. And it's fake every single time. And the only reason why I've seen it so many times, you guys always offer it up. Whoever's coming in with the heliocentrics, oh, this is a video. I said, we've seen it. Oh, yeah, are you sure? Okay, let's put it on. Oh, it's the same fucking one. Like I said, they've been down there for 62 years. There should be hundreds of videos. There should be.
Why would they be constantly recording videos?
They're down there working. It's a beautiful spectacle.
Yes, they're working, not down there recording videos for flat Earth Mongoloids.
In your
when you do see the Antarctic videos, you don't see the sun in the sky. You see light, but no sun in the sky. Very suspicious. It's like the sun is far off, and at best you're getting refracted light from a sun that is far off and typically very low.
Where is that part you mentioned, Lemon? You said that part was edited and stopped through the video. Where is it? What's the frame number?
The video that's in the chat from what's his name? You're talking about the one from Doctor Stranger, whatever his icon picture is.
The one I just posted
Anthony
there for Rupert.
Powell, Frozen South.
All right.
Rupert, the claim. Rupert, if you can, Rupert, if you're listening, the claim in this is that the sun is fake. Now,
that's correct.
It's very difficult, in my understanding, from what I understand about CGI, to
you don't
replicate.
Much. You can put it on a pinhead.
Dude.
All right, we're at 32 seconds in. Sun is not in the sky.
Okay, wait till it gets to the fucking
52 seconds.
It starts at still not in the sky. The way the shadows play is very deceptive. All right, so we see the sun at 56. First of all, the picture of the sun in the sky, that little starburst looks highly artificial. The sun's not looking.
Lemon, I need you to specify the frame.
That was put into the photo later. Let's keep going.
There's no more explanation on these things.
Yeah, you can't just say shit, Lemon. I know that's what you're used to doing.
Please bring us something more convincing, please. Work harder, try harder.
No, I simply asked for a time in the video where the claim was, Jin. The initial claim was where it was stopped and edited.
That's a better video. Go bring us something.
Jen, you don't have to talk.
You know clue about CGI. Why don't you go and get some knowledge of CGI?
Do your best. You're not doing.
What's ray tracing, Jin?
Miserably. And you are losing hand over fist.
How would I go about ray tracing the light onto that watch?
Fake, deceptive, Masonic, digital editing. The 4-hour Antarctic sun is fake.
That's how I go to the option. I go to the option in the program, and I look for fake, deceptive, Masonic editing effects and add
Make
that.
sure to look for it.
Yeah. Do your best.
Would
guys.
it be an ambient highlight? Would it be a spotlight? Would it be a directional light? Would it be physics X particles? What do you think I should use, Jen? Being you an expert, what do you think I should do?
What I think you should do is my simple request: go bring some real video footage.
You got it. It's right there.
From the
there.
62 years. That is a pile of
That's
shit.
from the
Don't bring it.
62 years.
I want it from 60 years ago. I want it from 50 years ago. I want it from 40 years ago. I want it from 30 years ago, 20, 10 years. I want all the videos, please. Let's have a compilation of this stuff. They've been down there for 62 years.
Jen, that's
They've
not how
been
this
down
works.
for 62 years. 62 years, guys.
Anyway, I think we should move on. I think this is
Wait,
gotta move
before
on.
we head on, can I just say one thing, Jen? I'd like to see one video that contests the information in the sun down there. One video that shows that the sun is not above the horizon 24
Go
hours.
look it up. D Marble, the superb man.
No, he did it North Pole. I went to the South Pole. D Marble didn't go to the South Pole.
Impeccable integrity. It's there for you to
Yes,
look it up.
yes, there's 24 hours here. Show me one where it's 24 hours of of light in the South Pole, or where it doesn't happen.
I'm not talking about light. I'm talking about sun.
Okay, the sun. Show me one video. Show me one video from a flat earther who disputes the 24-hour sun in the South Pole.
You see, the reason why there is no video from the flat earther, right,
is because you're morons and you're just asserting bold assertions for no reason.
Hey, don't talk over his conclusion, I'm putting it in there because it's necessary. Because the Earth is not a spinning ball. You haven't provided
evidence. Show me 20. You show me that the sun doesn't stay up 24 hours during May through September or whatever the fuck it is.
You're the guys who are making the claims that the Earth is a spherical ball. Let's have your evidence, please.
You're
show me that it doesn't happen.
Look, but everybody's right. Everybody's right. Except the part about CGI. You know, Jake made a good point about the 18 hours in South
18
America.
hours is not 24 hours.
Listen, you're right, but everybody's still right. Jen, I love, dude, the point's fine. I want it from 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, all that. Everybody's right, but we're disagreeing to come to consensus, so let's move on.
Curious question. Once this video is shown at 24 hours, what's going to be the new goalpost?
Well, you see, the thing is,
we don't know what the sun is.
You know what? Let's have it. Let's have it. And then if it's indeed a 24-hour, right.
We've got video of the globe Earth, but you just deny it. So what's going to make you not? And we have the video of the 24-hour sun here, and you deny it. Globers make a point that the flat Earth feels this way. We want it from every decade. I mean, you deny every video we show you. What's the difference if we make one more? Make a point. We just want it noted that we want more videos. Just make a note of it.
Yes.
And I think we can all agree.
Yes. Make a note of it. More material, ample. You know, it's 62 years of them down there, supposedly.
And you can still call it CGI, right? Afterwards. Right.
Look, we've seen this before. Any video that's shown, you're going to call it fake. So it's not evidence for you. So why ask for more of it?
I want the evidence. Please bring it. If you have
any video that doesn't conform to your bias, you're going to call us fake with no reason whatsoever. You've got no reason to call the videos from space fake. You just call them space because it doesn't conform to your bias. So what difference does it make if someone provides you other videos that you're just going to call fake?
Give him his point, Jen. Do is bring it.
Give him his point.
Existed.
Yeah, he doesn't. He won't accept any video that anyone gives him that doesn't. Right. So now it's our turn. So now we get to go try to falsify it. And until then, let's.
How about a video of the flat Earth, Jen? I'd like to address the ISS. Let's do that one. The ISS, the International Space Station. What altitude is it operating at?
250 miles roughly.
If you say that you want these videos, what can be done to help you get these videos that you state you want?
Yeah. All I want is the raw footage of what was taken of the 24-hour sun from those decades ago. Let's have a look.
You hear the question?
That's all you got to do. Get it. Get the name of the person. The name of the person. Video when it was taken.
That'd be a good idea.
Let's have a look at the material. The proof is in the pudding. Bring the pudding.
What I want is the raw
Bring
food.
the pudding on a silver platter, and I'll eat it.
Sell a pair, this pair and a this pair, like, see what I'm saying? Like, give like a this pair and a this pair, like a match. Like those and those as a set, like $25 or $30 or what, I don't know, whatever you do. I don't know.
Anyway, I'd like to address the
like a pair of
ISS
shoes and a pair of boots. See?
The ISS and how
a pair
it's,
of boots and a pair of these. You know what I mean? Like mix them up if you want, or just sell them one at a time. I don't know.
No,
what do you
the
usually
reason
sell?
I raised the
20 bucks a
question
pair?
of the ISS. The reason I raised the question of the ISS
Say
is that
20 for one.
it's impossible for the International Space Station
There's
to be
15
up
for
there,
one
and
pair.
I'm going to prove it to you if you are ready.
25 for two. 30 for three.
What's
Right?
Uh,
your presentation to overcome the address
That what
of
you do or no?
position on your part?
I think D-Mark is talking. So have you finished, D-Mark? You got something to say there?
D-Mark, hot mic.
Okay, now, yeah, my question about the ISS is, I'm telling you, it cannot be there, and I will explain to you why. But that's why I'm asking the question. Altitude, you said 250 to 253 miles up off the surface of the Earth. Okay, right, that's good. What speed is it traveling at?
Question: what do you have to address the presupposition that it isn't there?
Oh, I'm going with it can't be there because the zone it's in is it's a radiated zone. Left over.
What do you mean by radiated zone?
No, it's okay, not.
Explain to me.
Is this? I'm going to answer that question. What I'm saying is that the zone at which the International Space Station is supposed to be operating at is highly radiated. The tune where that any living organism would be instantaneously destroyed. And I can give you the citations and the
Sure.
videos.
Show me the citation where it says that. I want to look at that.
It's coming in. It's going to be in a video. It's in the video. That's where.
Okay, a video is not going to be good. Can you please just link me to?
I am going to give you the video because that's where I got the information from. Okay, and it states this. Let me just state the facts.
Okay, go ahead.
The Operation Starfish Prime. That's well documented. Operation Starfish Prime, 1962, aka Fishbowl, where Pentagon and Russia supposedly their story, they set off nuclear megaton bombs in the atmosphere. Okay,
right.
According to Sir Bernard Lovell, a British astronomer at the time, he said that the Operation Starfish Prime has created a third radiation zone 100 times more lethal than the Van Allen radiation belts. Right? Now,
yeah, that's probably true. But you understand that's going to have a very rapid decay rate, right?
No, it doesn't have a rapid decay rate. That's the point. It doesn't.
You know what the primary nuclear?
It's still there today. That radiation is still there today. 1962, 2020. It's still there. It's still there. It hasn't decayed at all. Now, let me just finish. The Van Allen radiation belts. What are the radiation levels there? Do you know?
The Van Allen. It depends on which band of the Van Allen you are. They vary in thickness. There's more than one band, and the radiation flux varies. And the variation fluxes from day to day. There's not a set amount of radiation. Sometimes it's hotter than others.
Excuse me. It's been recorded, and you can look it up. What's the levels? Do you know? If you don't know,
but this is what NASA tells you. Do you believe anything NASA says? How do they know that there's radiation there?
Excuse me, it's coming from their story. That's what they tell us.
But you say everything they say is not true, so why should we think it's true?
Why doesn't gravity make the Van Allen belt explode on itself?
This is why I am telling you. That's exactly why
they're saying. They're saying that they measured it with probes that went into the orbit around Earth. You don't think any of that is real, so none of this is real.
Let's get us to the point. Yeah, let's get to the point. What is the level of radiation in the Van Allen radiation belts according to NASA? What is it? Do you know? No, you don't. Okay, it's 2,000. It's 2,000. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
If you don't want to tell me, I'll tell you. It's 2,500 rems. Now, listen carefully. 170 rems hitting a human being in space, okay, you would have vision loss.
No, there's no way it's that high. 2,500 rem. Show me the primary source that says 2,500 rem.
I want to see this document.
Go look it up. Just go
There's no way it's 2,500 rem. That's like what? 25 sieverts? You're telling me it's 25 sieverts? You're crazy.
Go and look it up. Look it up.
That's hotter than the.
Look it up, will you? Shut up and look it up.
No, you show us the document yourself.
Shut up and look it up. That's what you're going to do.
Show us the document,
look it up.
Flurf.
You don't know secondly, 170 rems would render the astronauts with vision loss and vomit and diarrhea during the actual mission, and then death within 60 days. Death within 60 days.
You know how little this guy
2,500 rem does not translate to death within 60 days.
It does. I can show.
No, it's far more lethal than that.
You want to go in there and try it?
Read it and weep, guys. Here it comes.
Hey, Flurf.
Here it comes.
Hey, Flurf. Listen carefully. You know absolutely nothing about the belts.
Jump in the Van Allen belt. Why don't you get in one and show us?
I know more than you do.
Well, jump in one. Put one on. Strap one of those bad boys on.
I do.
Jim, do you know the difference between a rem and a rad, first of all?
I know the difference between a rem and a rad. And
what's the difference between a rem? What's the difference between a rem and a rad? Just give us a quick difference.
And a number.
I'm busy trying to get this up at the
moment. Define the difference.
Okay.
So
you don't know the difference.
Why are you asking him instead of just saying it?
Because they wouldn't. Because they would never measure the Van Allen belts in rem.
They did that.
Because a rem is a dose. A rem is a dose to tissue. Okay.
Correct.
A rem is a dose. A rad is a measure of how much radiation.
And they've done it. They've done the relative calculation.
I'm sorry. I think I have it backward. A rad. I have it actually backwards. A rad is the absorbed dose, whereas the rem is the actual
level.
If you're sending somebody out there, wouldn't you have to test both?
Right, here we go. I'm going to post to you an image. Please look at the image and read what it says. Read what it says, okay? Because you're totally in denial at the moment, and I understand that. The truth is bitter, isn't it? Yes. Here we go.
Go ahead. Let's see it. Let's see the primary source.
It's just one of many.
I feel sorry for the
Have you got it? Have you got it? Do you have it?
I feel sorry for that person.
I have an answer.
UFO TV.
Oh yeah, Jin, that's completely accurate. That's why I said 2,500. If you got a dose of 2,500 rem, you would not be alive for 60 days. You'd be dead in like minutes or hours.
Exactly.
I have an actual answer.
Right.
It's that death within. It's just a guesstimation, guys.
Now I looked up.
Jin, shut up. Jin, shut up.
Shut up.
Let me
Jim.
talk. I have a talk. I can in the Van Allen belts, the average radiation dose for a satellite is 50 gray per year. Human astronaut had the same shielding as a satellite and required 1 hour to travel through the Van Allen belts. What would be the total dose of the trip if 1 gray equals 1 sievert? And the answer is, for 1 hour in a spacecraft, this equals a total dose of 6 millisieverts in an hour. That's not a lot.
I'm sorry, that's inaccurate. Listen clearly. Why don't you just go?
Well, Jim, just post your 2,500 rem source. Jen, just go away and post your 2,500 rem source, and then we can know that you're telling the truth. So just go find that. Go find the 2,500 rem source. You're the one that made the claim. Why should I find what you're claiming? I'm trying. I am, and I can't find it. I am looking right now, and I cannot find it. I did. I don't find it anywhere. So you tell me where to find it. I already did. I can't find it. I cannot find it.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You didn't.
Jim,
prove to me that I'm a liar by showing it to me.
Let's Google CIA secrets and see what comes up.
Google it. Google
it. Jim, post it or you're a liar.
I'm gonna.
You're saying that I'm a liar because I can't find it. So prove me wrong by posting it. Post it to me then. Post it. Find me the source.
The liar's the one that won't post it.
You're making this claim. You tell me to Google it. I Googled it. You said, no, you're lying. It really exists. Okay, then show me that it exists. No, you're a liar. Well, show me that it exists. No, you're a liar. Then show me that it exists. No, you're a liar. Where are we going with this?
Now, Jen, you've triggered all the Globers into being more angry than you and louder than you.
For Jen.
So now they're all shouting like animals because you started with the shouting attitude.
Question for Jen. I Googled it and I find a different level. So could you help me out?
What did it say? What did it say? What did it say?
What kind of animal are you talking about?
What did it say?
Monkeys, Monkeys where part of their brain is still reptilian.
Jen is saying that the Van Allen radiation belt is like dangerous, deadly radiation that we can't pass supposedly. But the other side is saying that it's not that much radiation, essentially.
No, that's not what that's not what I'm saying anyway. What I'm saying, it is dangerous. You get a year's worth of dose within a short amount of time, but you can be shielded from that.
No, they were not shielded. They were not shielded.
You can be. You're in a spacecraft. You're shielded.
Have you ever had a dental
X-ray?
No, you're not. Have you ever had a dental X-ray?
Well, it's a major obstacle according to the pop culture.
And we already went through it with prior moon missions, so it's a little inconsistent. Unless those people are dying from Fukushima levels of cancer or whatever.
Just be quiet. You don't know anything. So the total dose for 1 hour would be 6 millisieverts,
which is nothing.
Well, it's not.
Gosh. By the way, radiation units are the worst units in science. It's the absolute worst.
Okay, well,
there
if
is
that's
no
a
consensus
small amount
on
of
units,
radiation, then why are we worrying about it with the Van Allen belts if you're saying that it's a small amount of radiation? I mean, you Globers got to get your story straight. These are lies to cover up the firmament.
No, it's not a small amount because if you spend enough time there, you'll get a dose that will be very damaging to your body.
Okay, so
that's why we don't. That's why nobody. That's why both humans and satellites don't hang out. That's why both humans and satellites don't hang out in the Van Allen belts. They don't hang out there.
Okay, if we're passing through it so quickly that there's no, real problem, then why are we focusing on it? Why do we keep on talking about the deadly zone of radiation known as the Van Allen belts if we're passing through it so quickly?
The flurps is the problem.
Because you're dumb, Lemon. You're dumb.
Yeah.
You're
especially with electronics. Human beings
the narrative is dumb,
are incredibly resistant.
It has all sorts of inconsistencies.
Human beings are incredibly resistant to radiation, unlike electronics, right? That's the reason why when in Chernobyl, they couldn't even get the robots to remove the debris because the robots would keep failing. Because radiation has a much bigger effect on technology than it does on human beings who are far more resistant, right? So you send the spacecraft now, you send a spacecraft that has very advanced electronics in it, especially compared to what we had in the freaking 60s and 70s, and they need to make sure that electronics is not going to completely glitch out and get corrupted when they pass through there for a brief period, right?
I see that it.
Yeah, the 60s.
Fine, but did they say dangerous or deadly?
We got now.
Well, apply human danger, Jake.
They're not worried about the people in there passing through there for a few hours because we understand radiation doses and we understand the risk profile and all that, right? The electronics though is the one that is a mystery here. That's why they have to be shielded and tested.
I was looking at one of the websites, and the command module was built to attenuate 400 rem on the outside to less than 35 on the inside. So
that's bullshit. That's crap.
Yeah, that's because most of the radiation in the Van Allen belts is just particle flux.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, which is blocked by even a thin layer of aluminum can block a large amount of it.
Yeah, simple math.
But I still want to know. And by the way, the ISS doesn't fly anywhere near high enough to be in the Van Allen belts. But
but I didn't finish. Did I? It's flying in that zone where the radiation levels in that zone today would be 25,000 rems. now.
Okay, earlier you said 2,500. Now 25,000.
No, I said 2,500. 2,500.
That's 2,500.
Just make shit up.
2,500. Yeah,
Make shit up,
25,000.
Make it up.
Sorry, I meant
Just make it up.
25,000.
Oh,
25,000.
actually, it's 25 million. It's 25 million. It is.
I don't know about that.
No,
It's
I thought it
25
was 250. I thought it was 250 million.
Yeah, it's 2 billion. It's 2 billion. I mean, you just go poof.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You know we're right here.
Clown.
You've been caught with your pants down again.
No, you're a fucking clown.
You refuse to show the source, though, so there's no validation to this.
Bingo.
I'm trying to find.
You're always asking us for evidence, but you won't even provide us anything that you say.
I'm trying to provide you evidence.
You're worse.
Okay,
You're worse
then
than a clown.
go ahead and provide it. Then go ahead and leave, and then come back when you're ready to provide
Jen, you're worse than a clown. You're a liar. You're a liar. Jen, you lie.
You're a wally.
You lie. You're a liar.
I would like to add the.
You're an anomaly of a human being and
You're
an
a
abomination
liar.
on this earth.
You're a
Okay,
liar,
that's what
Jen.
you are.
You're a
Liar.
liar.
You
That's all you do is
strange
you
thing.
lie.
You thing. You're not even
Liar,
a
liar,
human
pants
being.
on fire.
Shut up.
Liar,
Jen,
liar,
Jen,
pants
you're
on fire.
retarded, bro. Just shut up.
Oh, somebody need Jim. We need a press.
Y'all are listening to this conversation and calling Jim the retarded.
Hey, y'all shut the hell up. What's the next conversation?
Well, there's another liar.
Well, hold on. Did they
Hi,
call
David
Jen?
the liar.
Hold on. Did they call Jen enough names? That's the question before we move on.
Jeremy.
And gives
No, they
You wanna-
He literally made up figures during the conversation. He literally just made them up.
He made a mistake. He
Sure,
corrected.
Pulling
I just
numbers
want
out
to
of your
make
ass
sure that
counts
we.
as being a liar.
I just want to make sure we called Jen enough names before we move on.
Yeah, we should move on to you then.
Yeah, Jeremy, you want to help prove his fact?
Yeah, you're not saving your flat Earth brothers. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jeremy, you want to flap your gums? You want to prove that he was right? You want to support him?
You already
Jeremy.
agreed that the ISS can be seen in daytime with your own source. So I mean,
Jeremy, maybe Jeremy has the source for this 2,500 or 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it. By the way, that's
quiet.
Jeremy, could you help him out?
what's funny
I
about.
wasn't even listening. I came in at the part where you're all calling them names.
So that's why, Jeremy, you're useless. You don't even read the title.
you don't know any
read anything.
context.
You come at the end and try to make a conclusion. That's why you're always wrong.
Somebody said, "Look, I heard mad people calling Jen names." Somebody said, "Let's move on." I just want to make sure we've all called Jen enough names before we move on, because we're children.
Jeremy,
We're little children.
Jeremy,
You're a child.
Hey, Jeremy.
You're a child.
The reason that I said that is because he obviously doesn't care about the truth, but he cares about his perception of being an honest man or not.
Okay, moving on. Hey, Jeremy, do you want to help him out and put forth the source for the? We'll just do the low one, the 25.
No, wait, don't even tell him. Don't even tell Jeremy what the conversation is about. He knows exactly what's happening. So just ask him for the source.
I would like to add something to the shielding.
I would like to see this source.
Yeah, Jeremy, show us the source. You know
You are
exactly
really
what's happening
childish.
here.
Jeremy never said he knew exactly what was happening. He said he came in. Let me repeat what Jeremy said so y'all ignorant people can understand. He said he came in, heard childish people calling Jim a lot of names, and he's wondering if y'all are done. That's all he knows. That's all he contributed.
Yeah,
Now y'all are
exactly. He
turning
got
it-
half the story right here.
No, he
Not
didn't
all the
get any of
nasty
the
things
story.
Jin was saying
he got
earlier.
Y'all calling Jim names, which is exactly what happened, and he was wondering if y'all are done. That's all.
Oh, it's
Hey,
yeah.
Rakia, could you probably help provide the
Yeah,
source?
Ricky, can you please provide the evidence requested?
No,
you want
I
to step
can't.
in too?
I don't know anything about the.
All right, then shut the fuck up.
I will confirm that y'all are being childish by calling Jim names. I will
Oh,
confirm
Jin was yelling and swearing all the before, so you know.
Yeah, I don't
He
blame him,
called me a liar because I couldn't find his bullshit made up number. He called me a
did,
liar.
and that is not wrong. That is not right. He shouldn't do that.
Exactly. And so retaliation
He
was.
said liar once. He got called before he did that though. He got called so many names that would make me puke.
I hope you do puke. That would make me
Yeah,
happy.
right. So that's your response, right? That is you.
He is a screaming moron who screams the entire time.
It doesn't mean it doesn't give you the right to do anything to it.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You respond
You
if you
can.
respond.
You're just being
Rankia.
childish if you do.
Rankia.
Yes, Brenda. You want to go eat some beignets? Because if you don't want to go eat beignets in New Orleans with me, I have no use for you.
I just want to
I'll
explain.
treat you to beignets and dinner,
Here.
and we can be civil. But anything else,
How many of us
especially on
understand?
here, I have no use for your information.
I don't care. I
When
don't
you
care if
sit
have,
there and go liar, 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 I have no
Yes.
use for you.
You want to
Yes,
know?
no use. Do you
You
want
wanna know
beignets or
why?
not? Do you want
wanna know
beignets?
why?
No, I don't want. Did you hear what I said?
No,
Are
I'm
you
never
deaf?
going to.
I don't want anything from you.
I want
Brenda.
to hear it.
I will treat you to beignets. Do you
I'm
want
not going to
that?
be traveling.
Do you want to come
I'm
to
not
New
gonna be-
Orleans and go eat dinner and beignets
No,
with me?
I'm
I
not
will
going.
treat.
I'm not going to New Orleans.
Then I
I'm
have
not going to New
no
Orleans.
use for you.
Then fine. Then shut up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to explain. I just want to
Holy
explain that the difference is that there are some people who do not value facts and truth. The people here who are Globers value facts and truth, but we get people.
Yes.
That's your opinion, Brenda.
Yes, that's true. There's people here who do not, but they do value their personal honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I accuse them of lying,
You shouldn't be accusing anybody of anything. You have no right.
except he did lie.
Well,
he
that's on
deliberately
him.
lied.
Let's move on. You think
He
he
made a
lied?
mistake about 2,500 and 25,000. That's not a lie. You're sick.
Hey, Rakia, what can we progress the discussion on towards then?
Yeah, both numbers were a lie, by the way. So.
That's up to y'all.
That's why he couldn't provide either of those numbers. He ran away. So.
You said Globers value evidence. Well, I value evidence, but I'm not a Glober. I'm a flat skeptic. So can anyone provide evidence for that flatness?
There is no evidence for flatness.